we bring you this week's flight sim news with thanks to SayIntentions. FSReborn are in the house as we showcase their upcoming Phenom 300E. We have a brand new StreamKit from SayIntentions, Klamath Falls by Orbx, and we return to DCS to preview the upcoming C-130. Hello, everybody, happy Wednesday. Welcome to the middle of the week, the halftime show, the midweek shuffle. Welcome to the news. Yes, it's a busy one tonight. Mother to Janie, it's very busy tonight. Hope you're all keeping well. Hope you're having a great week. This is the halftime show, and sure, listen, you know, we'll keep the head down and stay going. Tonight is a busy one. All our news tonight making its way around our beloved flight simulation hobby as we check out all the news. We also have some updates from SayIntentions. Raul from FSReborn will be joining us here in a little bit as we check out that thing. And then it's over to a brand new bit of development. We might actually do that just before Raul from SayIntentions, because it's cool, right? We'll show you now in a minute. And then, of course, Klamath Falls from Orbx, a beautiful new, nice little airport. And then we're going to be joined a little bit later on as we preview and catch up with the upcoming C-130J on its way to DCS. So it's jam-packed, flat out busy. You won't get a minute to yourself, you know. Me, on the other hand, I've been very productive today. Yes, it was a busy day, and well, more of it. Also, just after coming off the shelf, because Corn Wolf, the man is a legend. For any of you who enjoy flying the Phoenix aircraft with our beloved Firefly Air liveries, they've all been fixed. They're all working, and I'll install them or upload them onto our website. If I don't do it tonight, I'll do it in the morning. But great news that the Phoenix fleet for Firefly Air is now back working. The man is a legend. Great news. So we can all go home now. Brilliant. So, yes, it's what a mad week. There was events on up and down. You know, we had our event in Dublin. Aerosoft had their conference over in Paderborn. It's just been a very busy couple of days when it comes to flight simulation. And, well, a lot of developers now, they're starting to focus on the Black Friday deals. And, well, there's a lot of fantastic value when it comes to us. We can see now there's add-ons being reduced all over the shop. And also exciting news in the world of X-Plane. Felis just released the 747 cargo. And we also know that the Flight Factor cargo for the 777 is on the way shortly. And there's other bits and bobs going on as well. It's flat out busy, you know. But anyway, I'll keep going. So just in case you know what's going on, we're expecting Raul in about an hour's time. then we're going to be expecting DCS. So you have about 2 hours to get to DCS or about an hour to get to FSReborn. But in the meantime, sure, we'll have the crack. I've loads to talk about, you know. And, right, did I tell you I fixed my audio? Listen, I can do this now and there's no echo. Sure, listen. Sometimes my genius even frightens people. But anyway, we'll move on. Look, who's here? CP65, good evening. Spitfire RAF 100, happy Wednesday. Vacuum is here. Commander Balosh, welcome aboard. Fierce Wolf, good to see you. Super Typhon, sup? Hope you're well. Viper Strike, a very good day to you. Retriever Neil is in the house. Two Dogs, good to see you. Mech Manser, thank you very much indeed for 30 months. The man is a legend. Cheers, buddy. Liptorius is here, good evening. Max Stallion is here, good evening. Hang on, I have buttons here, look. The Dougal song, as we call it. Max Stallion, hope you're well. Piper's in the house. DeWart, welcome in. Like Bison, happy Wednesday. Mac Vision is here. Norse Viking Gaming, good evening. Nick is here for 6 months. Greetings from Cambridge. Thank you very, very much. Greetings from Tipperary, Nick. Hope you're well, my dude. Airlock Doc is here, good evening. On tonight's news, we find out the real story of what happened at the Dublin meetup and why Murphy had to pay bail for 3 people. Will he name names? There was myself, Mrs. Two-Tone, Stu, Snape, and Muse Fan. We were the last 4 peoples to leave the bar. They threw us, well, they didn't throw us out. Are you right there, folks, please? We were like, and then they said, get out. We had to leave. But yes, good to see you, Airlock. Hey, Crotty is here. Welcome aboard. Quasar Core, good to see you. 43 months, dude. Thank you very, very much indeed. Shovel Shoes, Shovels in. AJH John, hope you're well. Creo, a very good evening to County Mayo. Hope all is well. Sunjammer's in the house. Tonight we find out that Murph was hiding the fact that he had really small hands at the Dublin meetup. Right? Eddie converted a Prime to a Tier 1 sub, look. Thank you very much indeed, Eddie. Very kind of you, sir. Lear is in the house. Good to see you. The Impossible Face. Can you stall them for 10 minutes? Yeah, it would be grand. You need to get some milk. Get the Bonya. Let me see now. Is it Jarrod on air? Or Jared on air. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Probably Pete, good day to Arizona. Hope all is terribly nice with you. Who else come in the door now? 98 Vulcan, good evening. Adam Controls is in the chat. Good to see you, Adam. Happy hump day. Andy Brown, a Tier 3 sub for 62 months. Andy, thank you very much. He says, the only evening show I can watch all week due to work. Looking forward to Piper in the morning. Ooh. Piper in the morning, you say? Thank you very much indeed, Andy. Hope you're well. Norse Viking, 20 streams in a row. Thank you very much indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the man, myth, and legend himself, Jefferson 2001, has entered the chat. What news of the realm? He says, a very good evening to you all. Happy hump day. You feel graced by his presence. Do you know what I mean? It's good to see you, Jeb. Hope you're well. Stick Figure, welcome in. Idle Cutoff, Cambridge calling. Hello from Tipperary. Jesus, all the shout out to the lads in Cambridge. APU Inspectors in the house, 75 in a row. Cheers, buddy. Hope you're well. Chalks is here, 43 months. Hype train. Okay, I'm in. Thank you very much indeed, Chalks. Hope you're well, buddy. Toto 2495. Happy midweekage. Toto, you're very welcome aboard. Hope you're keeping well. Echo 19. Tyler has rambled in, taken off his earphones going, what was that? Good evening. Hope you're well, man. Love your work. Well, love your work. Tima, very good evening. The echo's gone. No, we're laughing. No, but not Echo 19. I had an echo on... Listen, it's very complicated, but it's grand, right? DK Funfly, good to see you. Muttley is here. Steiny, a very good evening to Frankenstein. Hope you're well. To Forgetful Larry is here. He goes, it's that time of the month again, is it? Larry, 17 months. Thank you very much indeed. Larry, and he signed the thing with the yoke. With the thing. Airlock, bloody Tier 1 for 38 months. Getting closer to 42. Thank you very, very much indeed. Willow, how much? Thank you for the bits. Nightsep is in the house. Cyrus T, the man of Teal, has redeemed Teal. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Where's this now? Nightsep, 60 months, man. Bloody hell, thank you very, very much indeed. I hope you're well. Muse Fan bursts in the door holding a clipboard. He says, happy hump day. What's on the clipboard? Good to see you, Muse. You're looking well. Cyrus, good evening. Piku is here. Piper's in the house. PH Roy. Very good evening to you, Roy. Hope you're well. I bet you'll keep Raul waiting for 90 minutes. No, I'm going to keep speaking quite fast. Rain is here. Good evening. Nutty Slack. Good evening. Sean Game. Good evening. Iowa Scotsman is in the house. Good to see you, Iowa. Hope you're well. Strap21. Hola. Breaking news, it's time for the news. Yes. Hermit Something, very good afternoon to Boston. Hope you're well, Hermit. Energizer's in the house. The 777 just got released earlier. Oh, did it? I'll have to start again, Energizer. We can't be having, you know what I mean? I'll have to start again. Right. I won't. I don't have time for messing. But okay, Flight Factor have released the 777 freighter. Brilliant news. Where is this now? Jimbo says it sounds better. Thank you very much. Loads of work went into that. Cy120's here, good evening. Are the Felis and Fly Factor better than the Phoenix and PMDG? There's depth of simulation there that would exceed the realms, if you like, currently of the simulator. Do you know? They're better in areas, yes, but they're not better in other areas, if that makes sense. They're incredible aircraft. P.A. Troy, yes, your wallet is going to have a hard time. Absolutely. Audio is important, Murph. You would have been absolutely disgusted with my performance on Monday night, Echo 19. You'd have been just like, see that Murphy fella? Yeah, no. Right. But anyway, we'll move on. Gar Gaming, hello to County Galway. Hope you're well, Gar. And everyone's keeping well. Bell Bro is in the house. Welcome aboard. Mentioning a little echo. Wished you. Newfoundland is in the house and he got his name back. Brilliant. Good to see you, buddy. Where is this now? Janie. The Bizno. Are we going to have a look at the Phenom and another look at the C-130? Yes. Yes, we are. That's exactly what we're doing tonight. You're very welcome in, the Bizno. Goblin Zeus, good evening. Anov is here. Very good evening. Bellbro, happy Wednesday. Hope you're well, buddy. Flipper Alloy is in the house. Good evening. Biku is in the house. The Impossible Face got his milk. Jesus, good man yourself. That didn't take 10 minutes. Doc Nader, good evening. James the Catcher is in the house. Good to see you, James. Where's this now? Soup Evo, good evening. Hope you're well. You're looking well. Here's the secret. The Irish invented the Irish. Yeah, but don't be telling anyone that, you know. Filthy, good evening. Mrs. Upside Down is in the house, also known as Mrs. TPHI. You're very welcome in. Eamon 1973 is here. Welcome aboard. Filthy, good to see you. Who else come in now? Nathan Green, first time watching. I went to Dublin Meetup and I enjoyed it a lot. Well, thank you very, very much indeed. Good evening. I hope you're well. Vasco is in the house. The man from MSFS Just a legend. Nothing to be added or taken away. Legend. Good evening, Vasco. Hope you're well, man. Martel is here. Welcome in. No sign of the thing with the yoke with the thing. Jesus, Larry. Right, leave that with me. I'll figure it out. James the Catcher, thank you very much indeed for your 2 months. Cheers, buddy. I ordered an AB6. I can't wait. Oh, dude, the AB6 is awesome. CM22907, very good evening to you. Jamamu is in the house. It's very busy, lads, isn't it? It is the first anniversary of Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. What a year it has been. Yes, we're all here now, and sure, look, I haven't aged today. You know, One Fly Air, good evening. Soaring AJ. AJH, man, hope you're well. Where are we at now? Photos by Kev, good evening. Hope you're well. Defiant Braun is here. Captain Cocktail, good to see you, buddy. In a Box Man, welcome in. Old Veteran 965, he says, howdy all. I got lost in time while setting up VR and experiencing it. OMG, I'm not sure how it'll work with the action stuff. Scott, are you using VR? Jeez, you want to be careful with that. I mean, that stuff is serious, do you know? Right, quick hello to our friends watching us over on YouTube. You're very welcome in, lads. Stevie Bees is here from the sunny Tenerife in the Canary Islands. Good to see you, Stevie. Visualize is in the house. Welcome aboard. The Limbics, Kia ora, my dude. Hope all is well. Dave Cleary, legend Dave. Welcome in, Dave. Brabus is here. Good to see you, man. Happy Wednesday. Daniel is in the house. Good to see you. Kieran Nile is here. Welcome aboard. Northland Air. Happy Wednesday. Jace Ward is here. Dennis, good to see you. Who's this now? Is it Matt Roberts? Good evening. Nate's Cessna Simulator says hi from New York. Hello from Tipperary. You're looking well. Where's this now? Is it Alan Leslie? Good evening. Hope all is well. Mr. TPHI, I'm still hearing a horrible echo. Oh wait, my TV and phone are out of sync. No! Right! Listen, I'd have been ringing you later on. Yeah, it's still doing it. Do you know? Let me see now. Be Janie then. Don Gallagher, good evening. Hope you're well. Eric is in the house. Welcome in. Tommy Boy, welcome in. What's happening with the C-130? We're going to have a quick look at it later on, but it won't be for a while, so, you know, right, we'll take it fierce handy. Derfras, welcome aboard. Jack Jones is here. How are you, Jack? Anna Crustis, good evening. Dennis is here. Let's hope the Phenom starts faster than he did with the freighter. Right, you know, I mean, that was all part of the simulation, you know. Yeah, let's go with that. Right, Ittles, welcome in. I've got a different name. Janie, you have a different name, look. Where's this now? Bull at Dummy Force, welcome in. Hope all is well. Still found some electricity. Good man yourself. Eric is in the house. US Air Force, very welcome in. Hope you're well. Tiger's in the house. Black Sheep Jean. I was in a bad reception area, but I'm here stalking now. Good evening, Jean. I hope you're well. Thrust Set Simulations are in the house. Happy Wednesday. Hope all is well. Sir Camsalot, AJH Madood from Angoshlan Nua. Robert J56, good evening. Costco had the 3S for $100 off, so I couldn't pass up on a VR headset. Jesus, Scott, that's brilliant. It is the humpiest of hump days. Indeed it is. Sometimes my mind is still stuck on... Was it 98 or 97% they called it? I think that's what it was. Mr. Minimite, good evening. Hope you're well. Right, lads, without a second to delay... Oh, that light didn't turn off. Hang on. Oh, it did now. Right, grand. Jesus. That's the last thing we need tonight. Murphy having more technical difficulties. So, lads, what we're going to do in a little bit... well, we're going to be checking out this beautiful thing. If you listen closely enough to the Phenom, yes, you'll hear that sound, but you'll also hear kind of other sounds kind of playing in the background. If you listen closely, you know. I mean, it's just one of those sort of things, right? But Raul is going to be joining us here in a little bit to talk a little bit more about the project. It's currently work in progress, and the folks who were at Dublin this past weekend had a very special behind-the-scenes look at the machine, right? And well, as we're looking at it here, we're going to go into a lot more depth when Raul gets to us. But lads, did anyone ever see that Embraer ad where they had like? They had the Phenom, they had two Phenoms, and they had like, I think it was the Lineage, and it was all done to like Top Gun. Do you ever see that? Go onto YouTube and just put in Embraer Top Gun ad, and when you see the jets in it, it's like, oh, incredible, right? Absolutely incredible. So that is the Phenom in its current state, its current build, nowhere near finished, and that's what the frightening thing is. It's like, it's not finished. So we'll be looking at this now in a little bit, right? In a little bit. But before we get over to all of that, I need to fix my gadget here because it's broken. We're going to fire into the news, right? And let me see here now. This program does not seem to want to work, so I'll turn it off. Does anyone else have issues when it comes to these stuff? Sometimes your gear works fine and then sometimes it doesn't. Hank737, you're very welcome in. Raul FSReborn has subscribed to the channel for 34 months. Raul, I mean, come on. Would you look at the state of it? Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And the plane is not bad either. That was terrible bad. But anyway, you're very welcome in. Excessively Salty, a very good evening to you, sir. Hope you're well. That button seemed to have worked. I'm now going to do one of these. It'll work in a second, says you. Any second now at all, right? And well, as we're doing this, we're going to start off with the news, and we've a bit of news to go through tonight. All right, so let's have a look. Is that not working? It should be working. Sometimes these buttons just don't work, and then sometimes they do work. You know what I mean? But if I can't use my fancy gadget, I'll have to resort to something else. Do you know what I mean? Because it was working earlier, says you, and then it just stopped working, says I. So we'll quit that and we'll start again. Don't quit your J. Listen. Cadbury's had an ad with a Learjet. Did they? Corn Wolf, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Yeah, it looks doesn't it? It looks absolutely superb. Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to go over here and, well, we're going to start off with the news. And we've lots of news tonight, lads, as we wait for this bit of software to work, which still doesn't want to work. So we'll just leave it down there for the minute and we'll bring over Holy tabs in a screen, Batman. We'll start off with the news. And a big shout out to Vasco over at MSFS massive provider of all our news. Also to Callum and the guys at FS Elite. And this evening also to Threshold, where we got some news here as well. So we're going to start off, yes, FSReborn, they've returned with a stunning preview of the upcoming Phenom, or Phenom, depending on how you pronounce it. And it's on the way for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Live from Dublin, Raul joined us at our Dublin community event, and it gave a substantial development update all about the upcoming Embraer Phenom for Microsoft Flight Sim. There was loads of stuff shown on this, and well, the good thing is Raul is joining us tonight to go through all the bits and bobs. That was our want, right? But what I want to do, because my buttons aren't working, I'll have to do this the old-fashioned way, and we go to a little button down here, and I'll just do one of those. Because what I want to do, lads, I'm going to show you. Wait now, did that make it work again? No, it didn't. That's still shagged. So we're going to do one of these. Have you seen the trailer of this? So we'll have a quick look at the trailer, right? Because it is absolutely incredible, right? Absolutely incredible. So sit back, enjoy this trailer, and look at the state of this.
So, do you think you can fly a private jet?
Oh, jeez. Right, so that was the trailer that got released this past Saturday, and it was just like mind-blowing, right? It's just like, hang on a second. The reason why I'm saying it's mind-blowing, lads, and Raul will chat about this more, this is all native inside Microsoft Flight Sim's SDK. There's nothing from like outside. That's what's staggering about this. But anyway, community enthusiasm is playing a role in driving development. And the idea behind this is, as Raul put it, FSReborn don't build just aircraft add-ons. They build an experience. And you'll see now a little bit later on what they mean by that. So we'll come back to this in a few moments. But as I say, the trailer kind of speaks volumes of what's going to be happening here. It's just stunning. And as I was saying, like, so excited for the whole business jet type of aircraft that we're getting in the sim now, because it's an awesome transition between your standard general aviation and then you have your airliners. The business jets jump right into the middle, and like some of the business jets that we have, they're just gorgeous. They're incredible. And this one definitely taking the spotlight, you know. So we'll jump back to that in a few moments. A major update is incoming for the E-Jets for Microsoft Flight Sim, and also the new FMS enters final testing, which is great news. Similo, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. So we were chatting about Flight Sim Studios last week. They were talking about, look, they've updates on the way, and they weren't quite sure where they were at. The biggest challenge is for VNav. However, they do have LNav working fine, and the integration with Navigraph, which had issues, it's now working. So when we covered this last week, I think it was last week or the week before, they were saying, listen, we're trying to get all these updates going, but we've all these roadblocks. It looks like they're at the kind of, smashing through most of them, right? The vertical automation for the autopilot, that's still holding them back, right? So they managed to get the lateral up and running. They managed to get, Navigraph and all that jazz working. They're still struggling with the VNav. But it is showing a lot of progress. So they seem to be working quite well on this. So they're going to open up the group to another 100 testers. And they're going to say that invitations are going to go out shortly for folks to get working on it there. So I suppose what kind of was the last time we covered this was, they're starting to solve things. So anyone who owns the Embraer E-Jets on Microsoft Flight Sim, good to know that they are being worked on and they're coming along nicely. Now, Airplane Heaven have shared new progress on their upcoming B-25J, the Mitchell for Microsoft Flight Sim. We got news of this some weeks back, and since then they've released a new development update to tell us what's going on. So they're saying that significant work across the aircraft's interior and exterior model, with recent preview images showing the continued focus on the detailed crew stations, including the cockpit, bombardier's position, and also the gun turrets. The update also highlights the addition of a functional options panel, expanded night lighting with either panel lights or only a combination of panel and flood lighting, and also a fully modelled gun bay for the strafer variants. Airplane Heaven also revealed the full list of liveries planned for release. The lineup includes both glazed nose bombers and also the 8-gun nose strafers that were previously confirmed. This is a beautiful looking aircraft, so we'll have to wait and see. Where is this now? Payment FF autocorrect. What's this now? The payment of SayIntentions only annually. No, I think you can do it monthly. I think. I'm almost certain of it. We'll double check for you though, Norse. As far as I know, it's monthly. But anyway, this looks pretty cool. Some of the deliveries that they're doing: My Book, Bugs Bunny, Lady Lil, and then we have for the glazed noses and the glass, we have Briefing Time, Angel of Mercy, and also Heavenly Body. Hotgen is in there as well. These are all famous World War II nose art, right? Nose art was a huge thing, or airplane art. These use the pin-up ladies and all this. They were a huge thing. And it's great to see all these now coming into the aircraft, and what Airplane Heaven is doing with this little options. We've seen that with the Lancaster. It works pretty well. So yeah, very much looking forward to the next aircraft to see how it goes. What else do we have? The goal is to release the aircraft before Christmas, although this remains a target rather than confirmed release date. Right, so they're hoping to get it out there before Christmas. So let's see what happens. Angel of Murphy was a custom World War II variant. It was, yeah. They didn't fly in that. Anyway, moving on. Flight Effects, they've prepared a major 2024 rebuild for the H-Jet for Microsoft Flight Sim. Marwan has held a remarkable place in Microsoft Flight Sim since the debut in 2022 of his H-Jet, the Honda Jet. It arrived at a time when third-party business jets were quite rare. Flight Effects have since pushed on, working with Marwan to develop other aircraft. So the attention now seems to be going back to the H-Jet, which is in need, no doubt, of a bit of work. So the upcoming changes is going to be a full cockpit remodel with new textures for the G3000s, reworked cabin, refreshed audio, a rebuild using 2024 materials and shaders, new modularity and LOD rules to align with the 2024 internal systems, functionality to get the aircraft working inside career mode, a redesigned VAMS tablet with Navigraph and OpenStreetMap data, weight and balance controls, and also SimBrief support. Avionics backend built on the version 2 framework to reduce compatibility issues reported in flights in 2024. Support for native passenger avatars that respond to weight and balance. A new walk-around mode and updates to the flight model and so on. Also some new exterior detailing and revised decals, which is great news for anyone with the Honda Jet because we all loved and enjoyed this aircraft. Marwan makes some stunning aircraft. So Flight Effects are saying how ownership will work between both sim versions. Anyone who purchased the H-Jet in the 2020 marketplace or who bought the 2024 compatible will receive the new 2024 build at no extra cost. It will just appear as a separate item in the marketplace. Those who purchase the 2020 version through a third-party store, well, they'll also get the 2024 edition. FlightFX say that they will be coordinating directly with each of the store owners. The 2020 version will still receive one more patch focused on issues raised in the community forums. The larger rework, however, is exclusive to 2024. The price for new buyers will remain unchanged. So, great news there from FlightFX. Now, MicroPros, just keeping an eye on their B17, well, they have given it an update. They are working away on it. It's not all noise and then silence. The second early access update has now been released, titled the Long Beach Update. The build continues to refine the heavy bomber, focusing on cockpit detail, the performance, and also a few long requested quality of life tweaks. The main ones overhauled the internal textures. The internal 3D mesh has been tidied up. They fixed the internal LOD, adjusted the center of gravity. Spawn on runway now, all 4 boost pumps are on. Manifold pressure gauges have been fixed. Vertical speed gauge is now using the correct unit. Flight model improvements and also some aerodynamic updates, and also some various external texture fixes have been deployed with this update. It's good to see. This is their second update. They're still on track to do exactly what they said they would do. They're going to release it in early access. They're going to hit all of these scheduled updates, and then they're going to release a version 1. And at the moment, they seem to be going straight for that. So version 092, it's available now, so make sure you can go pick it up if you have the B17, or indeed if you are waiting to see what this thing is going to be like at a version 1 release. We'll definitely keep you updated. Now, where is this now? Just Flight, the 146 Professional, version 2.4. Now, we were very lucky at our event in Dublin. Just Flight were actually there on site showcasing this upcoming aircraft from Microsoft Flight Sim. We've already seen the BAE 146 before, the Whisperjet. We've seen the Avro RJ, and amongst all the other Just Flight aircraft that have received their compatibility for 2024. The 146 is next, and they're hoping to get this released hopefully next week. There is a 5-page changelog that was brought to the event, and some of the changes are just incredible. They've learned an awful lot from the Avro RJ. They've learned a lot from the Fokker updates as well, and they're all now getting to be reworked into the 146 Professional, which is great news. It's a massive update, and anyone who currently owns the BAE 146, well, you can expect a free update to the 2024 compatible aircraft, right? Because it's being built with 2024 features. But also, when they do release the aircraft, if you've never picked up Just Flight's 146, and I gotta say, lads, this is an incredible aircraft. The differences between the 146 Professional and the Avro RJ Professional, the 146 slightly older, right? Some of the logic with the aircraft, some of the avionics were a little bit different, but not too much different so that pilots had to go off and spend weeks in ground school learning how to fly the difference between both of them. They're both incredible aircraft. But as I said, the update is going to be free for current owners, and there will be a 30% discount for the time, limited, of course, and that's going to be aimed at new customers, new buyers of the 146 Professional by Just Flight. So great news there. And yeah, as I say, it's, Just Flight, they're doing incredible things. They're working on aircraft on Microsoft Flight Sim, and they're working on aircraft on X-Plane, and they're updating their fleet as they go. Now, staying with Just Flight, today they've just started their Black Friday deals, and some of their aircraft you can get bargains up to almost 50% off. Some of my favorites, of course, you can see where the 146 Professional is. You can see where the X-Plane aircraft are, right? You can see where the Avro RJ is for 2024. That's $20 off the Avro RJ. That's incredible. One of the biggest things I saw, and one of the most underrated aircraft we have in the sim, it has to be the Avro Vulcan. The Vulcan is spectacularly good, and you can pick that up right now during Just Flight's Black Flight sale for $23.96, like $24 for the Vulcan. It's absolutely insane what you can do. Have a look at the website. I'm going to share this into the chat there now, lads. Have a look. Their Black Friday sale is running all the way up until December. It probably says it there on the screen, but they're running this up until the 10th of December. So you've a good kind of 3 weeks or so to jump on the bandwagon and get this. Also, a quick update for their F-70, F-100 projects. They're working on it now. Possibly going to tip us into early next year, probably January, I'd say, all going well. And they also shared some news with relation to Black Square. That they're hoping that their fleet of aircraft that they had in 2020 continuing, and it looks like we should see the Caravan being the next aircraft on the way there as well. So lots happening at Just Flight. They're flat out busy, as I say. They're running multiple projects, multiple platforms, and they've just started their Black Friday deal. So do be sure to check it out. Always laugh when it says in stock. Yeah, electronic, yeah. It's mad, isn't it? So let's see what the story is. So moving on, Helsinki Vantaa Airport version 2 has been released in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Echo Foxtrot Hotel Kilo. The update arrives after the developers outlined plans in early 2024. This, of course, coming from MK Studios. The airport, Finland's busiest airport, the main hub serving Helsinki metropolitan area, located in Vantaa. It handles most of the country's international traffic and also does its long-haul connections between Europe, Asia and North America. Version 2 brings an overhauled and more accurate representation of the airport, reworked assets that match the visual quality of the team's more recent projects. And don't forget, with MK Studios, we've seen them when they first kind of started in the world of scenery development to where they are now. They have some absolutely gorgeous sceneries out there. The developer have also highlighted enhancements to lighting. They've updated the layout area, new terminal interiors, signage, elevation data, well, the whole thing. Customers who previously bought the first version get a 30% or discount. They get 30% off the new variant. MK Studios definitely one of those developers who are charging for upgrades, but it does appear significant work has gone into the projects that you can kind of justify the upgrade path. 30% is interesting, but yeah, it's going to be priced in around $20 and 30% off. So that's from Helsinki, from MK Studios. Orbx have released 4 new Norwegian airports for Microsoft Flight Sim. They've been flat out. The airports include Sandfjord, Notodden, Ålesund, and also Molde. All 4 products are available right now, and existing owners can move between 2020 and 2024 versions at no extra cost. The release continues the studio's ongoing focus in Norway, with the developer Finn Hansen leading all of the updated projects. Each airport has been rebuilt or upgraded for Flight Sim 2024 with new PBR texturing, refined modelling and performance improvements that take advantage of the updated sim engine. Of all the airports you get, Sandfjord is there, one of Norway's busiest regional hubs. Some of these are in absolutely stunning locations. Notodden, another absolute cracker. Great history there as well. Ålesund, located on Norway's western coast. And I remember flying into this you're talking early, maybe 2021. I was staggered by the detail they put in with the little harbour down here. It's only a tiny little harbour, but all the rocks, they had individual rocks back in 2020. It looked incredible. And then we have Molde Airport as well, and everything's been fully updated. You can buy the aircraft individually, and as I said, if you already have them, there's a free upgrade path there as well. So as I say, you probably have these sitting in your Orbx account for 2020. If you do, you'll see them now in your 2024 account. So moving on, Jurassic World, the Archipelago has released in the marketplace and does a 20% discount. That was fairly fast coming. So Orbx Jurassic World, it's now available in the marketplace, which means now that Xbox pilots are able to go flying in this incredible scenery. I was always kind of skeptical, when it came to, I don't know, do we really, it's actually very, very good. I highly, highly recommend this scenery. It's just good fun and it's beautifully made. They've done incredible work there. It also includes an extra couple of new missions, Isla Sorna, each built around rescue scenarios with the original music and extended sound effects. Players have been asking for Marketplace and Xbox since the release, and now we're glad to make it happen, said the CEO of Orbx. She also noted that 2020 version is also in development and not far off, which is great news. To celebrate, they're bringing the price down to $19.99 for a limited time. Highly, highly recommend this. Highly recommend it. It's great crack, lads. It really is. So it covers 6 islands, tons of airfields with helipads. All the buildings are in there. It's deadly, absolutely deadly, right? Let me see here now. Joe Mack, good evening, Joe. Now, let me see. Diffler released Windsor International Airport for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Canada's Windsor International, Charlie Yankee Quebec Golf, in the province of Ontario, situated close to the US border, has landed in Flight Sim 2020 and 2024. Diffler Direct have included handcrafted terminals, hangars, ground textures, runway markings, and night lighting in the scenery. And they say that every building has been recreated by hand using high-quality PBR materials that reflects Windsor's real-world airport layout. Located underneath the airspace of Detroit Metropolitan Wayne County in the neighbouring United States, the airport provides a unique challenge for the operators into the two-runway Canadian airport. It's served by most Canadian airlines such as Air Canada Express, Air Transat and WestJet, and also Porter Airlines, with Windsor International welcoming a host of general aviation, business jets, and also all other types of traffic. It's available right now. You can pick it up over on Contrail for a very interesting price of €11.49. We'll have to check that one out. $11.49. Some nice pictures here, lads. We need to get Skoda over there. You know, I must write to the Canadian government. We need Skodas. I don't see any Skodas in the photos. But yeah, it looks like oh look, they got gadgets here. Speaking of which, I was chatting to Burning Blue Design. Remember we checked out their the solar farms, right? Some of them are absolutely incredible, but it was the big, massive ones they were having issues with. The good news is they've pretty much identified all the major problems, and updates have already been deployed, with more coming. So that was great news, I thought, from Burning Blue. So anyway, great stuff here from this developer, Diffler Direct, with Windsor International now available. Anybills, they've been working on an upcoming Manchester International Airport. We are aware of others on the way. And Viking, good to see you. Anybills, I'm very excited about this to give us a Manchester airport, only because, well, we know the quality of Anybills when it comes to the sceneries, and they include Skodas. But anyway, with Manchester Airport, this is somewhere I think we need to ramble over for the day. You know, catch up with the lads, airliners live, and just, you know what I mean? Have a couple of bevies down in the bar as we just look at airplanes for the day. Pretty cool, right? Anyway, Anybills are hard at work at this, and you can see from some of the reference photographs, I mean, here is a picture. Like, that's the detail that they can kind of capture and say, right, let's get in here and start doing the stuff, right? So I don't have a release date or pricing just yet, but Anybills say it is coming soon, and well, hopefully I get my hands on it. Manchester is it's an ideal airport just for tipping across from Dublin or even Shannon. Do you know what I mean? And it'd be great to see it in this level of detail as well. So yeah, we'll have to organise a trip out to Manchester, fly out in the morning, come home in the evening, something like that. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, great news there from Anybills. As I said, once we have some previews for you, we shall let you know. They also have a Concorde tour. There you go. We're going. Now, Flight Sim Expo. We've just got news from the Flight Sim Association. They're going to be introducing a brand new Friday exhibit. That's right. And also new single day ticket options. Rather than buying your weekend ticket, you can just buy a single day. But what we have here is a new Friday exhibit hall access. And what they're aiming to do is they're going to say, look, on Friday, they're aiming for a window between 4:30 and 7 p.m. That's on the Friday after the announcements. They're going to open up the exhibit hall to give folks a kind of a preview of what it is that they might want to expect for the next day. This is very, very good because it actually allows 20% more time available to attendees and exhibitors, which is a great idea. The idea behind this is the event's core schedule remains familiar, but attendees and developers said the favorite part of Expo is the chance to interact with developers and try the latest software and hardware. But it can be the case come Saturday or Sunday, it's just so very busy. Or if people only have, time on Saturday, they're not there on the Sunday, it can make it quite a bit of an ordeal to get around. I like the idea of the Friday access. It means you can go in, check around the floor. Puts a little bit of pressure on developers getting their stalls set up and whatnot. But I think it's a preview of what to expect. So I'm sure there's going to be options then on how that'll be made available. The ticketing has also been made more flexible, a single day ticket option rather than just the weekend pass. So this is going to be able to purchase a Friday only, Saturday only, or even a Sunday only access, in addition, of course, to the entire event itself. The best experience is always for those who can attend the entire show. The new ticket options will make it easier for people who can't attend all 3 days, especially for those local to the area, or for those who are not local to the area. I will say this, I don't know, people are going to be different. Myself and Gibbo talk about this quite a bit. Gibbo's like, well, I can get around Murph in pretty much one day. I'll see everything I want to see in one day. And I would agree with that. However, if you want to spend time chatting to the developers, one after the other, and you know what I mean, you can a weekend almost isn't enough. It depends on what your persuasion is, but anyone who is interested in going, I would say one day you'll definitely get around. 2 days is, you know, that'll give you the chance to go back to something that maybe was busy, or you didn't get a proper shot at it, or you know what I mean. So that's what the advantage would be. In terms of pricing, event prices are cheaper than in previous years. The entire event ticket, the standard price, would be $75. Single day will range between $30 and $50, and the FSA captains will still save 20% on registration. Plus, the first 200 captains to register will have access to the entire event for just $50 US. Prices will increase in March and again in May, so registering early is beneficial. I know I'll be registering very, very soon indeed. Tickets, they're not on sale yet, but they will be. Sponsor and exhibitor registration also open. Packages starting for about $750, including booth furnishings, internet power, and event passes. That's if you want to show your stuff off at a Flight Sim Expo. Depending on what it is that you're doing, it's a great kind of central location that people come to you, and you know, it's they have packages starting at $750 if you're interested in that. Also, when it comes to venue and travel, a number of hotels, Airbnbs, and also local airports. So attendee registrations are going live in December, so we'll keep you up to date with that. Now, the new BAR, we'll just touch on this briefly. We kick-started the first official BAR event in Dublin last weekend. I just wanted to give Vasco a shout out for featuring our little event on his website. And roaring success. We all had the crack. It was loads of fun. Lessons learned, certainly, when we look at the next event. But what this initiative has done, beyond that of just our own community meetup, this new initiative by the Bravo Alpha Romeo setup for Microsoft Flight Simulator, it's in a partnership with them, whereby, you know, people can organize meetups in their own location. It does not have to be on this sort of scale. You don't need to have a daytime and an evening time event. This could be just as simple as, you know, maybe you're going to an airport for a day, or maybe you're going to tip down to a local museum. That's the idea behind it. Or maybe you're just going for pints, do you know? That's the idea behind it. There is a Discord up and running. They have their own server here if you want to go ahead and check it out. If I copy the link, you can go over to that BAR Discord and just ask the question, and you'll see a couple of familiar faces over there. I'm hoping to run another BAR event on my holidays. I'm going to New Zealand, all going well, in March, and I'm also going to be attending the Warbirds over Wanaka. So the hope would be is if we can get a couple of folks in New Zealand or even Australia who might be visiting, let's see what we can do if we can get, for one day, just a group of us together, you know, have an old beer and a barbecue and look at some warbirds flying around. I think that would be awesome fun. So that's that event. Haven't fully done it yet, just we're thinking of it. So let's see what happens from there. Also, this past weekend, the FS conference was up and running from Aerosoft. This is held in Paderborn in Germany. It was their 20th anniversary. It's been running for 20 years. FS Elite covered all the information from the event themselves. They were also showcasing their upcoming A340, and they had a number of developers on site at the airport, kind of like a mini expo, but they've been running this in Germany, as I said, for the last 20 years, and this year seemed to have been a very good event for them. As I said, there was Honeycomber on site there. There was loads. They've loads of exhibitors at this. So great stuff from the guys at Aerosoft who put on these things. 20 years doing it, man. That's crazy, isn't it? 20 years. So FS Elite covered all the FS conference details there. Almost there now, lads. Pimax, they've joined the Black Friday frenzy, and they're onto their sales. And let me see here now. Black Friday campaign from Pimax, and let me see. We knew the crack that we can get these 80 Simverse coins worth about $20, which is valid up until November 30th. You get an extra 3% discount on top of that. And the Crystal Light, you can pick that up for as little now as $5.25, and you can reduce it. Also have the add-ons bundle for $5.59. It's great to see these headsets coming down. I mean, they're almost half price of what they were even, you know, a year and a half ago. The Crystal Light, and you also have options then with the Crystal Super. So yeah, check out the Pimax Black Friday sales. They're kicking off right now. Bit of sad news today. Boundless Simulations officially shut down. So Boundless have been a developer making making airport sceneries in Microsoft, or in whatchamacallit, in X-Plane. And one I really liked from these guys, of course, was Dublin and Shannon. They've made some cracking, and Kerry, of course, and, well, loads, right? They've done loads of airports. Boundless started off with Lou, the dude, right? And his idea was he wanted to come up with an idea of can he earn a bit of money, pay for his flight training, and make some sceneries. And that's exactly what he did. He's now an A320 captain. But real life gets in the way. He's not in a position to keep updating things. And, developers who have worked with him have now gone on to other projects with other teams. But I have to say, Boundless have made some incredibly good scenery. So I'm hoping, whatever way this goes on now, because obviously they're not going to be updated, and saying that they're still working over an X-Plane, it'd be interesting to see if the community can kind of pick these up, or perhaps maybe other developers can look at this, reach out to Boundless and say, look, we'll take your project and keep, you know what I mean? I think that'd be a good way to go. But to Boundless, it's never great to see a flight sim developer bow out. Thank you and goodbye were their words, right? And it was purely just down to that he doesn't have the time. Real life is taken over. But it's a sad day when you see a developer like that bowing out, because, well, sure, they have incredible scenery. So I just thought I'd mention that as well. The 777, so we know now Flight Factor have just released that. Thank you, Energizer. The C-130 in about an hour, lads. About an hour. If you're here for the C-130, just hang on there now, put on the kettle, have a cup of tea, and we'll jump into that in a while. So, yes, both the 747 and the 777, one from Felis, one from Flight Effects, or not Flight Effects, do you hear me? Flight Factor have now released over an X-Plane 12. Two freighters for the big jets. I'm delighted to see this because I love flying the freighters. Look at that picture there. It's photorealistic. It's frightening, isn't it? It's frightening. So that's available right now. Information here on the Felis. We got to fly this and, well, yesterday. It took me about an hour and a half to start the gadget up. All I can say is it is an incredible aircraft. It's one of those planes that kind of wants to drag you back in, come fly me again, because you learn it. There's loads of nuances to get your head around. There's a very good manual with this as well, and Felis has done an absolute cracking job for the 747 freighter. It is an absolutely brilliant airplane to fly over an X-Plane. So that's been up and running as well. Another quick note here for V-Sky Labs. They've just released a brand new aircraft, the VSL 510X, based of course on the Cessna Mustang. And this is a brand new light business jet, or very light business jet, available now over an X-Plane 12. And just thought I'd give it the mention. I'll probably fly this at some stage because it looks terribly, terribly nice. So we'll have to jump into that very soon. It's available over on the X-Plane store for $42, 10% off right now. Now, I have another little trailer to show you. This came out the other day, and we're all like, wait, what? Wait till you see it, and then you'll get it then, right? You'll get it then. So we'll do one of these and one of those. So, Flying Fries look to be on a very short final of releasing something quite different. This one is called the Quasar, and we're going to be taking a look at this next Wednesday. And well, all I can say is be Janie then, right? Be Janie then. That's all we can say right now. But it's great to see stuff coming from Flying Fries. He's made some absolutely incredible aircraft. There's also news there I saw. I don't know if I can say that actually. Yes, so I'll shut up. But he's working on other stuff. And it's all looking absolutely deadly. Now, just before we jump over to Raul, I want to show you this briefly because the team at SayIntentions have been flat out. And if you're into content creation, if you're a streamer, well, they're doing some pretty amazing stuff. Welcome to StreamKit. SayIntentions StreamKit. The whole idea behind it's a brand new toolkit that connects your Twitch and YouTube stream directly to the SayIntentions.ai living world. Your viewers don't just watch anymore, but they can actually become part of the flight, the crew, and the journey. If you were to type in now, what was the command? !SI. Hang on, I'll do it here, look. SI commands, I think it is. There we go. There's a list of available commands that you can go off and start typing into the chat. Now, I have some things set up. We're not fully there yet. But the idea of this is, if I'm flying, for example, using SayIntentions, well, our audience, you guys, will be able to redeem some messages that won't just come up in the chat. This will actually activate Entourage or, you know, your co-pilot or even ATC to give you some messages. This could go wrong in many ways, and it's brilliant. I love this. But, for example, this is the initial phase of it, right? ATC can deliver a message from the chat, right? Or your cabin crew, for example, can say a message, you know. Adam Controls is sat in seat 47D, and he'd like to tell you, turn off the heating, for example, right? But I always say this, SayIntentions is far more than ATC, and this is pretty cool because, lads, for example, for a streamer, for anyone involved in content creation, yes, you can see that they have these AI bots and they can do their talking and provide information, but now there's a way to get additional information in there. So, for example, if you wanted to type in !ATIS and put in an ICAO code, well, SayIntentions will actually give you that information based on its database, which is live, looking at the real world. You can also get details of the departure airport, the arrival airport, and soon you'll be able to do a whole load of other stuff as well. It's pretty cool. So they are working on this, and it's going to be released to their partners, I think, first. But this is something we're definitely going to do, however way we do it, right? Because it'll be panic now, you know, it'll be mad. But we're going to be we're going to be having a close look at this. But setting everything up, a lot of work has gone into the back end of this, and it's very, very good.
Sleepy, nighty,
right?
snoozy, snooze.
Basically, you connect each of your bots to it, right? So if you're on Twitch or if you're on YouTube or whatever, it'll connect to it. It'll look after all the moderation. It'll see all the messages, but it also gives the streamer a lot of control when certain things come up. So if someone wants to be a smartass, well, you can catch them before it actually goes out there. Do you know what I mean? So you can do all these things as well. So yeah, it's the amount of work that's gone into this is staggering, and how polished it is, even from like this initial step. It's staggering. But as you can see, you know, control with the dashboard. You get your own dashboard to one side that shows you who's connected, what the messages are. If anything's been missed, you can replay it, and all of that kind of stuff, right? So spoils the fun. Yeah, it does all right, yeah. But depends though. Like you've controls to say, you know, you have a whitelist. You can have people, yeah, will always accept their message, or you have the blacklist. Now the same TOS apply to SayIntentions. I mean, if you do anything kind of stupid on it, they'll just kick you off it. So like, you know, don't be an idiot. Rule number one always works, lads. Just don't be an idiot. Everything's grand in the world. Just don't be an idiot. You know what I mean? But anyway, audience requests, real-time responses, control with the dashboard, and very much giving, you know, your audience a chance to kind of take control a bit better. Maybe there's a message that needs to go, you know, maybe there's tour information you'd like to add in, and you can actually hear the AI cabin crew respond to that. It's pretty cool, right? So this is coming very, very soon to partners, and I just wanted to give it a quick shout out. Ones that the mods have to check, because some of us can be naughty or nice. Yeah, there's a bit of a grey list. Yeah, put it this way, there's a lot of control behind it, and as I said, some of the commands, we'll be testing this out probably tomorrow. We'll have a bit of fun with it. Chris Van Halen, good to see you, buddy. So great to see this from SayIntentions. Very handy for streamers. Not necessarily to folks who just use the platform of SayIntentions, but for streamers, this can be very, very handy. You know, send a request to the tour guide. You might say, hey, maybe I'm flying along somewhere and someone wants to know, where are you? What's going on? Right? And you can have messages respond in the chat as well. So great stuff from SayIntentions, and it's class. Like for streamers to have a product now just for streamers with the platform, it's pretty cool. So yeah, very excited to start using that. Now, time to press some buttons. Where's this now? And by the way, lads, if you are impatiently waiting for the C-130, about an hour, not beforehand, so you can relax the cax, but we will get to it. I promise you, we will get to it. But what we're going to do now, we're going to press some buttons. Where's this? Let's see here now. I wonder, this man doesn't sleep. Let me see. We're going to press some buttons because this, ladies and gentlemen, is it's an exclusive. We get to look at the upcoming FSReborn Phenom 300E, which is currently in development for Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. And our good friend, pal, buddy, Raul is going to join us for a chat about the project. Right, hang on. We're going to ring him. He said no, he's too busy to talk to us. Hello?
Hello? Do you hear me?
Good evening. How are you?
I am okay. Let me mute the stream so I don't get double voices. Okay.
I had that problem last week. It was shocking.
Okay. Hello?
Do you want a camera on? Or are you happy as yourself?
I can put camera and people can see how bold I am from working on this project.
I should have given you the baldy buddy. I was going to give it to Black Eyes Gabe. Yeah, hang on. You get a camera up and running because I'm excited to see this. I did get to see your presentation on Saturday, and only because I was busy, I wanted to go back in and look at many presentations that you were doing on Saturday. So let's see if this works and I don't break it. Oh, Jesus, look at this. Hang on now. I'll fix it. You don't do anything, right? You just sit there and look fantastic.
All right. Well, trying.
Absolutely brilliant. So, how's the jet lag, Raul? You flew all the way to Ireland.
It's okay. I landed and started working again.
Did you get any sleep? No?
I think Sunday morning before Matt wake me up because he was waiting for me in the hotel at 9.
I have to say, I love the comment you put out there about this. You're like, right, I'm going to show this off on Wednesday, then I'm going back into me cave. Right? Yes. So, since you were last on the live stream with us, Raul, we had a picture, or pictures rather, of this aircraft, and this was what you said, I'm working on this one next. And that's where we kind of left it. And it's usually a good sign when devs get quiet publicly because, well, they're hard at work. And then, of course, we had the community meetup just gone this Saturday, and you very kindly accepted the invite to come over. And, well, you got to show the folks there a preview of this aircraft and what you're working on. And it is, of course, the Phenom 300. So, well, what can you tell us? I mean, you've been flat out busy and it looks absolutely stunning, I have to say. The trailer we watched at the start of the stream. But there's far more than just the aircraft. As you said, it was all about an experience. I mean, that's what FSReborn is about.
Yes, correct. Because I feel the pain that most of users feel as well, because as people don't realize I'm not just a developer. I am a person that was a user like them. Mm-hmm. I became a developer to change what I keep seeing that never change it, right? So when you want to inflict change, you have to do it yourself. You never can sit and wait for someone else to do it for you. That's my motive. So one of the things that occurs, in my view, is that we are getting now, as time goes by, it gets worse, to believe that flying airplanes is very easy and very simple. People believe lately that's how it goes. And the reason is because it has been kind of a market push to release everything fast. And what we're seeing is nice visuals, but that's it. Mm-hmm. So as a consequence, all I can see every time in contact with the community, as you know, one of those developers is in touch with everybody as much as I can, is that people is getting used to the fact that a private jet is boring. They sit there, they watch the magenta line. After a week, they purchase a plane. They just feel like, okay, that was nice. What else is all that? Yeah. And it's all the time that comes back to the fact that It has been happening for a while because people feel a void that is there inside of their hobby because it's not fulfilling that need. And the need is you will not sit there for 2 hours flying an aircraft unless you really believe you are a real pilot. You are living the life that you dream to have, right? That's it, all it is. So I always made my mission that we cannot sell an aircraft because it will never work. It will be just something pretty, and I will be selling as many others on the market, right? I need to inflict a change and feel that we're doing a different, feel that we're doing something that others has an envision, so I can leave my legacy behind one day. And basically that's what it is selling an experience, right? So we were working on this project for a long time. People don't realize how long it takes to work on projects when you want them to be something that feels alive. We started working on the 3D in 2022 while I was releasing all the products. So it has been 3 years ago. We rebuilt the 3D 3 times. We're still changing things in the 3D. I was just changing interiors as before you called me. What people saw on the video is something I wanted them to start getting the grasp of it. That video was done a little bit in a rush because we had to go to Dublin. And that video that you guys all like, which I love, that everyone is liking it, was done with the alpha version of the product that I called alpha. It wasn't not even beta.
Crazy.
And yeah, but I have different standards, I guess. For me, alpha is different than what others will call the sales version. Since then, it has changed already because I have things planned that I couldn't fit for the schedule to go to Dublin. And the idea was to start giving an overview of why this is going to be different from other products, right? Number one, if anybody has ever purchased one of my aircraft, they should know that there hasn't been one single release that doesn't come with wear and tear. Okay, and the objective of that video was to express to my current audience that knows what I do. I'm pretty sure when they saw the video, when the girl tells them, "So you think you can fly a private jet?"
Yeah,
they understood what I tried to tell them, right? No, you can't. You're gonna learn how now, right? So although Phenom is quite an automatic kind of aircraft because it's designed to be single pilot, it requires you to know what you're doing. And instead of being like any other products out there, is going to bite you up if you don't follow what you're supposed to do. Okay, obviously, as with all my products, it will be optional. You can disable it and then you can just fly a simple aircraft that never goes wrong. Or you can challenge Heather, which is the girl on the video, and say, I'm gonna try. Okay, good luck, go on, try, because things are gonna happen. So that's one of the things that the video objective was. The second objective was that we're all tired of the simple developer showing off a screenshot of the product, right? And it is on clay and say, yeah, I'm working on S, and then show you a pretty picture, and that's all you see. I wanted people to see it flying, see something, right? So the trailer had two objectives. It was to show that, yes, the project is moving and it flies, and yes, we're working on it. And as well to set the expectations that when this comes out, it's going to be a product that requires you to pay attention to your user manuals, the tutorial videos we're going to get put with it, so you can get the best out of it. But you need to feel you're a pilot of these things, right? And we work very close with pilots from corporate environments where they fly these daily. One of them is flying right now on the 300E. Actually, he told me early this morning, and as usual, he sent me all the stuff that might have got wrong. I'm not going to say something go wrong to my phone and pictures, so I know what their lives is. I know the quirks of the plane. I know what can go wrong, why it goes wrong. But as well, I know how they live, right? How many legs they do per day. What happened when they have to stay overnight? What happened? How they eat inside the plane? What they're supposed to eat inside the plane? All the kind of little attention to details of the life of a private jet pilot. And I wanted to bring this to the user base. So when they feel the need that they want to experience the life of someone that works for FlexJet, NetJets, that kind of people, they actually can actually fulfill the need, and therefore it's not a boring product anymore because you are actually living your dream. And for that, you need to have one of the key things that they kind of have on their working environment, right? They don't fly A to B VIP people going through normal security check-ins and that kind of thing, right? These people arrive sometimes even on helicopters. So one of the things that we're bringing is what we call the flight-based operation centers. So the product is not coming just with an aircraft. It's going to come with what we call 3 flight-based operation centers, which the product will call an FBO, which is the acronym for this. And the idea is that the person can choose a spot on an airport that is big enough to fit one of the 3 types that I'm going to give you initially, and say, yeah, in there it fits, I put it. So in this particular example, you're showcasing the large version. It's going to come with 3 versions. It's going to come with a medium size, it's going to come with a large size, and it's going to come with a small size. So the large size comes with this hanger here attached to it, which is going to be your base operation center hangar, and you're going to be able to store the jet there or park in front or do whatever you fancy doing that morning. And at the same time, it has a full set of people and passengers that are going to be there waiting for you to be ready to take them on, right? As you can see there, there's an entrance, and you can do a full walk on. You're on Andromeda, but actually you can walk with full collision things and everything through the whole FBO and interact with everything. I can see you don't see the people because probably you got the setting that doesn't have many the custom characters quantity, but this has actually people around, and so you can hear them talking, and you will see a receptionist sitting in there.
Hang on, let me just fix that. We'll turn the people on, said that person all the time. Let me see now. Character quantity ultra. Oh, Jesus, this could break it now. This would be brilliant. Look.
Hopefully we'll put an extra away. I think you have to restart sometimes for this to kick in because it happened to me in Dublin. Okay. So you will need to restart. But when we go to the other one, so we can go to Zion and then show the median. The passengers will be there. So you have meeting rooms. You have everything of what a normal FBO will have. Obviously, we need to set limits to what we do when we initially release. So by version 1, there's going to be some level of interaction in these FBOs, but not everything I would like to, because limitation on SDK. But I'm sure when Microsoft see what we're trying to achieve, they will give me the SDK tools to push it even further, right? I'm pushing at this as fast as I can, as far as I can. The lift works, obviously. You can go up and down. So there is a second floor, as you can see there. And so basically, the other thing is, that's very nice. It says FSReborn. Okay, I'm flying his FBOs. Yeah, but that's not how this works, right? The idea is that you...
When I saw this now, I genuinely nearly fell off my seat. So we can all see the beautiful FSReborn branding. But for Raul, that wasn't enough. You're like, well, sure, what if I don't want to fly for FSReborn today? Well, you're giving us the option, right?
Yes. So what will happen is we're going to have a template. Can you put the night first so they see the lighting before you change it?
I can.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
So basically, this has full lighting in the hangar and everything, of course, as you can see there. So the whole idea is that we're going to give you a template where it says, this is your logo. And you can go there and put your logo, install it on your community folder, and it's going to pick it up. And in the particular case, because we went to Dublin, we preloaded with Murph logos. So then it becomes his custom brand. And you can see the logos, and you can see everything now is whatever he envisioned for his own private jet company in this particular case, right? So now you're feeling the dream, because you're saying, yeah, I'm making my own network. This is my superior airline NetJet, I'm going to call it. And I'm going to make my own logo. You can design it, put it on. It's going to ask you to put two types of logos. One is going to be the MEC version, so at night looks like this. And one is going to be the normal non-MEC, so it looks like that. If you go and look at the cup that was there on the desk, you will see that it will have the brand as well. So everything becomes yours. And the other thing, you can install as many of these flight-based operation centers as you want, anywhere around the world. So you will be able to say, okay, I want to, yeah, that's an example, right? The coasters and everything. So you will be able to say, okay, I fly mostly between these 5 airports. I'm going to install my flight-based operation centers on these 5 airports, and you got your own network, right? You can install a large one in one of the big airports, a medium one in one of the smaller airports, and you don't find really a big spot. You can have that in the small version. The small version envisions something else, which is mostly designed for that kind of people that actually own a Phenom. So in United States, this is quite common, where you will have a regional airport where you purchase or rent a hangar, right? And that hangar is yours, and you put your plane inside, and then you will have like an office where it's your office. So it's gonna count that kind of visuals. We're still working on the small version. We completed the medium and the large first for Dublin.
Yeah.
In a hurry.
Well, what I'll do, I might load into I'll load into Xeon so they can see the smaller one. Yeah.
The medium is that one.
Oh, the medium. Okay, so right. Okay, so
yeah,
grand. So you're still working on the small one.
We're still working on the small. The small one will be like, in America, like on Hobby Airport. When we went to Hobby Airport in the first FS Expo that we met there, there's a lot of hangars around the airport that are like very private. Look for the control tower, and you will find it.
Hang on.
Go back.
Make it daytime, and we're saying where the control tower is.
Yeah.
I found a control tower.
So there it is, that building there.
Right,
okay, so you go Park 47 or something. Yeah.
Sweet.
So basically, you will be able to install them like this in multiple airports, and then fly out, fly in, and then you will find them. So you will feel like that kind of life experiences that the pilots of these environment have, where they have their FBOs sitting all over the place. So you switch now to your camera, will be around the left of where you are, and then people will be able to see it. Now, hopefully, there will be people inside. Now, you need to restart MSFS when you change that setting, which is a little bit upsetting, but that's fine. So that's a small one. And then in here, we're showing how they look with our logos, because the idea is that you can choose. You will be able to say, oh, I want it with a logo. I want this one with our logo. I want it with my own logo, right? So you can choose how you want it. And this is a particular example of how this changes your experience, because if you zoom out of the airport, this is the full airport. That's why I choose it. And it looks very simple, right? Because this is not a third-party airport. It's just a normal airport, as you can see, very simple. But as soon as you put that building, it changes.
It's your own airport. That's
It looks grand. You just updated your default airport to have a building that's yours. It's your building with your own logo that you have chosen to put in there, and now you have the entrance and everything, right? So the whole idea of the concept is that you can install them anywhere you want with a graphic user interface that we're going to be developing. and you can rotate them. You can find the spot, move it. Yeah, this is my spot. This is it. Obviously, because it's part of the product, the aircraft is going to determine you are close enough to bring the passengers by walking, or you are too far, and then a vehicle have to move them, right? As you know, FS500 has, this is the medium size, yeah. FS500 has vehicles and everything, so that technology for me is already completed. It's now keep adding on top. So now the vehicles will interact with the FBO. They will park in front to pick up the passenger because you are sitting in a very far parking space, for example. And then if you are too close, then obviously there is no vehicle coming. No, they can just walk in and board the jet. So that's the whole idea, right? That it's not just a high quality add-on that you're getting as an aircraft. You're getting the whole life around it. Because obviously we're going to keep expanding it, right? I have to release eventually. I cannot continue just developing forever. But this just gives people an idea of how this works. And that's it. When we put this on and the beta testers now are going about it, they just keep flying to Zion. And they never be on Zion, some of them. Right? And that's just an example why they want to go there. It's just because you feel like, okay, that's it. That's my building there, right? It's where... And it's so amazing when you're landing on the approach or something. You can see the lights of the FPO from above, because obviously it's all done.
So in addition,
in a way that you can see it.
So in addition to obviously the Embraer Phenom, you have this entire FBO experience. I mean, your own identity can be up there. It'll literally take any logo. All you need are two different type of files. You can place this scenery or this building on any scenery anywhere in the world multiple times. So if you're going to fly
multiple times,
so if you've one in Dublin and you've one in London, you'll leave your FBO to arrive at your FBO.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Love that, man.
Yeah. So let's say that you want to pretend you are signature FBOs. You do your logo, right? I'm not publishing the logo, it's you. So you can put any logo you want.
Sure.
And you put your signature logos there, and now you have built your own network of signature flight-based operation centers around the way that you like flying. It goes nuts. I installed 2 of them in one of the airports, for example, and they work. One side, one on the other side. The small here, the larger over there, right? So you can put as many as you want. We're not going to limit you because obviously probably to 2 per airport, right? Because it doesn't make sense to have 3. But the idea is that you find your spot. So that's the only caveat. You have to find where I can fit it in. Because I can't do that for you. I mean, I don't have AI technology to that level yet. Call me in 10 years. But but at the moment, you will be able to place in a place, and when you're happy, that's it, right? And it works quite well. I'm gonna share a picture. For example, I found one in Lowy. I managed to put one. Shot socials. Here we go. So this is an example of I managed to put the large one in Lowy. Send it to your Discord so people can see it. I managed to put that large one in Lowy at very end of the terminals, and it just fits perfect there. So you will always find one of them that you can fit in any of these particular locations, and then say, yeah, that's it. That's the one I like. It's a question there. I need to be able to use FS500 with SVO. Well, yes, that's the plan when we start doing the conversion to 2024, right? And this is one of the things I've been telling to my customer base. You have to wait until I finish Phenom because I'm building new tech, right? And this is the new tech that we're building. You see that, right? So that is in Lowy, and I just find a way to rotate it and then just put it there, and it just works. And then the beauty of this particular spot is that there is a parking spot in Microsoft Flight Simulator just inside the hangar. So you will be going in the main menu. You can say spot me there, and then you will be inside the hangar.
Inside the hangar, right? Nice.
Yeah, because you can find the perfect positions for them, right? Is there a back road? Yes, so I can have the entrance enabled then, because they have entrance at the back that you will be able to enable with connected to a road or not. Because it depends where you find the spot, right? So that's one of the things. Also, the second thing is the quality of the product. This has been built exclusively using 2024 technology, SDK, nothing at all from 2020, because I started this when 2020 was around, and there was a curveball. 2024 came out, and we put it on 2024, and I felt the textures were not doing justice as they were on 2020. Well, many people are not aware of this, but they changed a lot of stuff in 2024. This is using rail tracing, so they calculate the shadows and they calculate the reflections of materials in a different way that 2020 is. And if you don't tweak your textures, you are not really getting the maximum out of it.
Sure.
So we rebuilt everything again.
And I suppose what's also staggering here is, Raul, I mean, something like this probably wasn't possible on 2020. I mean, you needed a 2024 to come out to kind of give you better headroom in order to get stuff like this into the sim.
Yes. And not only because the visuals of what you guys are looking at is the simulation of the plane. A particular example, this aircraft uses a computer to control the electrics. So basically, it uses what we call electric relays, and it controls the relays to enable your bus on and off and that kind of things. Right? So you're turning it on right now, which is okay. And in order for power the aircraft, the computer understands if you have the GPU on, if you have the engines running, it knows all that. And start enabling and disabling buses and relays with it. And that kicks the voltage of the batteries to behave different. It kicks the voltage of the generators to behave different. It's very dynamic. It's not possible for me to do this on 2020 because 2024 introduced what is new, which is a new electrical system, which allows me to replicate and simulate 100% relays how they work. And I was able then to code the entire computer of the aircraft the same as it works in the real life, with the real relay names and everything. So if anybody has the wiring manuals that I have, and goes and goes and open at the book window of the electrical system, is gonna find the relay names exactly as they are on the wiring, doing exactly the same thing. And it's just one of those things that you can't do in 2020 anymore, right? And therefore, the voltage of these circuits, I know each one of them because someone gave it to me. I cannot say who. And I know exactly how much each circuit maximum amperage is, maximum voltage is, everything. I have put it on as it is. And this is a nice effect as well. There is a video that we will share next year where the real pilot does a trick with this thing and it scares the passengers, because when you are moving, when you're moving that little knob and you are too low, you override the auto of the avionics and they go black. So people believe he does this to tease them. People believe that they lost all the power of the plane and it's just him going like. They need to have their fun. You know, they're doing 7 legs a day, man.
Oh, 100%. And like I think it's important to let people know as well. I mean, like when they see aircraft like this, and you know, the first thing I would say is, oh, it's a glass cockpit. I mean, where's the fun in that? But I mean, I've seen some of the data that you're using. I mean, it's dependent on so many factors that you're getting different digits of data from the real world aircraft that you've coded into this exact. And this is an alpha. This is alpha, right? I mean, you were showing me, you know, at this temperature, it's going to do this. And then, like, you change the temperature and you actually see the aircraft respond to it. Like, it's on a level of, you could, like, when we say study level and high fidelity, the information you're getting is direct of the aircraft, but also of the users, the pilots. And the advantage there, of course, is the pilots find these nuances. As you say, they have a bit of fun with, you know, let's turn off the old avionics screen and it's all broken. Like,
I know.
That's so unique to bring in to a project.
There is something quite a funny story. We can do it here so people see it, right? So you see on the left side, there is what is called the boss tie isolation knob. Okay,
Uh,
so on the left, near where you started the batteries.
yes.
Yeah, you see that where it says GPU available, so there is a knob behind it. That's it, right? So that's right now on auto, but you can switch it to the knob, not the button.
Yeah,
The
okay.
knob.
You're trusting me now to press a button. Is it this flicker switch, open or open? Yeah. Okay.
Right, so right now it's on auto, right? So you put the zoom so you can move it and then show what happened to the avionics. And then we're gonna put it on number 2. So what will happen is put the GPU on, because it requires the GPU to be on. So it says GPU is available. So you click on that button that says available on white.
Yes.
On the left, that's it. Click. Okay, so now you are on GPU. So if you now isolate it and move it to number 2, which means that you're closing number 2.
I turned off half the stuff.
Okay. So this is something that only happens if you have a GPU on and you're on the ground. And no one told me this, but because I'm following the wiring, electrical wiring of the plane and doing everything as the wiring is telling me that should happen because the computer is closing and opening relays. That occurs. If you are in the air, that doesn't happen. But if you are on ground with the GPU on, that will happen. And the pilot took the product because they're testing every build I push on. And he went, how the hell do you know that? I haven't told you this. This doesn't work even in our simulators. I said, well, the wiring is telling me that's supposed to happen, so there is. And that's just show the power of the building blocks behind this.
Mm-hmm.
If you get all the building blocks the way it is, it should behave as close as possible. Every single product I release, my aim is to get it to 90-95% of the close as the real plane. It's alive and telling you I'm taking it to 100% because you never can take it to 100%.
Mm-hmm.
There's too many variables. For a product that you're selling under $50, you can't just do that. You will need to spend
$300.
Shit, you will need to sell it for $1 million like the proper other ones, right? So, but that's just an example, right? And then all sort of things like that is already coded in the plane. We're gonna still continue to push it much more. It has what is called a computer FADEC that controls your engines. Right now, in the current version, the FADEC is disabled.
Mm-hmm.
And that has a reason because we need to test the performance of the plane as per tables without anything limiting our power, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have to use the power to 100% basically when you start an engine. But pretty much everything is working. I haven't enabled the circuit breakers, but all the circuit breakers are going to work. Are they going to do what they're supposed to do in the real aircraft, of course?
Come here. What was the story with the these display switches, the red ones? Wasn't there like something?
Yes.
Right.
So what happened is we were tweaking the switches materials to be a little bit more gray, which is how they are in the real plane.
Mm-hmm.
Again, because we did this in 2020, they look okay in 2020 and 2024 they were too dark. So we rebuild them and then we override these switches that are red. And the next day, Brian, which is a captain for one of these aircraft, told me this is supposed to be red. Okay, fine. So they sent me the picture. Yeah, we overrode them. So Matt, which was there on the show with me,
mm-hmm.
he looked at the picture and then did them better, and they did them exactly as they look now on the real aircraft. So even the color of switches, we've been told by the pilots that's not how it works. All these avionics are custom.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, this is the G3000 from working title, but in 2024 they upgraded avionics incredibly. And we are doing all these plugins ourselves. So these are the synaptic pages that you see on the real aircraft. As you can see, you have one door open, so it's telling you have a door open.
Mm-hmm.
The hydraulic system is already done, and that's all custom made as well, using advantage of 2024 plus Wasm that I write my own thing. I always have to complement because we go into certain level that is so high that the SDK can't take me all the way there. So the hydraulic system was custom made. The pressurization system is custom made. That's all complete as well. The electrical system is using the base SDK plus custom code to make it behave like a real computer.
Mm-hmm.
And the avionics is all custom made, all these sort of things. Right now, we're writing the TOLD, which is a computer that calculates all the performance of the aircraft based on your weight.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to tell you how much V1, V2, V3, and flaps you're going to need for takeoff based on the runway, everything. So all that's coming.
Mm-hmm.
So we need like 3 more pages, and then the avionics will be complete. At that stage, then I'm going to put the main part of it, which is the computer of the engines.
And Raul,
there's plenty of failures that it's going to have. I mean, from the conversation internally, is over 100. You know, I can't even count.
And like this build that I'm using, like you call this alpha.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That is crazy. I mean, it's you'd look at this now and you're like, let's go. I mean, we can go flying this thing. It's, you know, but it's alpha.
Yeah, people that were doing the trailer told me, why are you not selling this again? That's why. Because it's me? I don't know.
Yeah, it's the detailing is absolutely staggering, and like that's the thing, right? It's more than just the aircraft. You're going to get that pilot experience from within inside the aircraft in terms of the systems and the management and the amount of coding that goes into it.
Yeah.
But then of course it goes beyond that because, well, sure, you've a fully fledged FBO simulation up and running, as in that's your building, take off, fly, do what you want.
It's going to come with vehicles like FS400 did. And if you go upside can you go upside using avatar mode and go to the other side of the aircraft where the fuel panel is?
Oh, yeah. Hang on. So there's, as you could have imagined, this isn't finished yet, but you can imagine there's a ton of click spots, right? But,
yeah, click on that and that will open.
Yeah. On the nose, you can open it up, but also then you have a fuel panel.
You can open this. Yeah, you open that. So my plan is that you are going to be able to fuel the plane yourself if you want.
Nice.
So this works, how it works in a real aircraft is that the fuel truck comes next to that side, you unlock and you hook your your fuel truck hose, and then you will turn off this panel, and then you say how much fuel you want, and then you say start, and then the whole system allows you to pump as much fuel as you can, and then when it reaches the weight that you have preloaded, it will close certain valves, and then that's it, you stop filling the plane. So that's how the ground operation people use it. Pilots do it sometimes, but most of the time it's a person operating the fuel truck. However, because we want to give the full experience to people, you will have the option to go and say, okay, well, actually, I want to do it. Right? So you will go on our EFB, which you're not seeing it yet on the aircraft because that's going to remain top secret until release. What happens in that tablet, you're going to say, no, I want to operate the fuel truck. So the fuel truck will come and nothing will happen because you're going to need to come out and go and do it, right? Basically.
Awesome.
And you better do it right. Because if you don't, then the planned fuel that you thought that you were going to have, obviously, wrong, right? So that's the whole concept of this. There are going to be consequences of what you're doing and you're not doing. And that's the cargo bay, which I just finished before doubling. You can open the cargo bay you want. Yep. And if you go at night, you would see the light in there, which is what I think it's showing well on the social. There you go. The light just came on.
Nice.
And I illuminate the whole cargo bay, and you will see your luggage and everything there.
Awesome.
So it's just giving you everything, right? And a lot of people tell me, "Oh my God, you're putting so many gimmicks and clicks." But yeah, but that's what makes it not boring, because you're just not flying A to B. You're gonna experience that. This is what the real pilots do. You can see there are no collisions. This is normal. We never put collisions on the aircraft when we are working on them because I need the testers to get to every corner of the aircraft, and they do. They tell me, you have a little screw here. Where? Show me. And they're in the middle of, somewhere that you would never even imagine. And then we find and then we fix that kind of thing. So they're going all around. LODs are not complete either because they might ask me to change something.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see that these aircraft now coming with the feedback from previous products where people were telling me, you don't have enough things on the gear. Fine, let me give you everything you want on your gear now. There you go, you have your cables.
Look, you even have the safety clip on the friggin' markers. Look, that's ridiculous.
Yes, and yes, and you better inspect that they're there.
Yeah.
And I'm giving you a hint why.
There's consequence.
So that's what it is. So my advice to people is wait for this add-on. Don't waste money on the jets. This is all you're gonna need. I'm telling you. This thing is gonna do, stuff that most people don't realize at this stage. It's called alpha because I'm adding features still. At some point, I'm gonna tell my pilots now that's gonna be for V2, and then it will be a V2 free of cost to upgrade it to things that could not fit on the first release, obviously. But as you can see, it's pretty ready in the hands of some people. Tell me you're just good to go.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not. I'm not because this product is very important to me. It's a product that defines the path of the company, right? I've been delivering now 3 products, very successfully, each of them. And this is the culmination where it says, this is what we do, right? And that's it. So when I come with the next product base, people understand what I'm talking about when I say I'm experienced. So if I say, I'm going to bring you now the airline experience, do you understand what I'm talking about? Right? We're gonna have a market that is saturated by manufacturers. You guys are gonna find out that there's gonna be 5 planes of the thing developed by multiple developers. How many Airbus A320 we have right now? 10 or 20 of them. You're gonna find out probably up to 7 Phenoms. You're gonna find out up to 5 727s, and 10 CG3 Plus. It's just the nature of how this is gonna go because flight sim is growing, and everyone wants to take advantage of the market and try to be part of the business. But when FSReborn tells you I'm making this, you should be able now to understand. Okay, is Raul doing this? Fine. This company knows what they're talking about. So hopefully people now finally going to be able to enjoy a Phenom 300E the way they're supposed to, and feel the life of a private jet pilot, with their quirks, with everything that goes wrong with it, with everything that goes beautiful with it, and why they love flying this aircraft, and why sometimes they hate flying this aircraft, etc., etc. Right? But that's what it is. It's experience. It's not just a product. So
it's
be mindful of that.
It's a massive step forward, and do you know what the funny thing is, right? In about 2 years' time, I'd say you'll have something else, and you're like, you need to now roll that back to your existing fleet because consider your first aircraft release, all the way up to where we're just coming from here. There's a huge kind of curve, right? I mean, you were the first to bring out a parachute. You were the first to bring up vehicles that would bring your passengers and fuel directly connected to the aircraft itself. And now you have all this coming. So it is very refreshing to see that. And certainly the aircraft. It's a beautiful airplane. The Phenom. Be it the 1, 2, or 300s, they're gorgeous aircraft, and this one I think this was the I think it was the fastest single pilot operation business jet in terms of speed. It is the fastest for that. So you're definitely going to be able to haul with this thing, and I love the idea that it's going beyond just the aircraft because I think that's missing in a lot of cases. If giving you that feeling of I'm the pilot, it's actually my airplane, or I work for the company that flies these. You're giving the users some great options there. So I just can't get over this is still alpha, man. This is friggin' nuts.
I know, but this is how it is. Our process are quite long, because it's like you have to get. I call making airplanes, and all the time I tell this, and your team is gonna hear this a lot. It's a Jenga tower. Okay, and you're building a Jenga tower as you put features on top, and you carry on, right? And then you reach a point where you have to balance everything so the Jenga tower doesn't fall off.
Yeah.
So we're on that stage now where we're starting to tweak the fly model, and then you pull one of the tower, and then, oh, this broke, right? Because it's a balance of everything on this. Building aircraft is an incredible, when you want to build stuff that behave like the real aircraft, it's a process that takes a lot of craftsmen. Because yes, the speed on taxi should be this. You fix that. Oh, but now the speed of takeoff broke. Oh, let's fix the approach speed. Oh, but now our takeoff speed is broke. And you always find something. Then finally you find the right combination to make it all work. It's just a Jenga tower. So our process takes quite a long time, because before we reach to the Jenga tower, everything has to be perfect before you start pulling the blocks to put the new features on top. And that's what we call it the alpha stage. Because we're still going through that. Yes, it looks beautiful, but it's still not like all the features that we want.
Yeah.
What you guys are looking at here is 40% of the feature sets I'm planning.
Wow.
40.
Jeez.
Right? So I still have a 60% of the feature sets to implement. And, yes, I could sell it now and get a little bit of cash, but that's not what I am about. For me, it's about making the difference. So that's the whole point. When you sit on this thing, what I want to hear people saying, I can't stop flying. I don't know why. Because I have managed to do that with previous products. If anyone here owns one of them, they would say, there is something about this thing that I can't stop flying. There's a secret formula recipe there in my tomato sauce, why that happens. and that's what we're building here. We're going towards that you feel, okay, I can't stop flying it. And then you're going to ask me to build you something else because you want that in your life, because it's missing from other offerings that might be around. This is one of my favorite projects in real life. And there was someone that released this. And I remember that day because I bought it, because I like this plane. And I felt so sad that I said, I'm going to make one. And that's when the project started. And I was back on that time, 3 years ago. Now we get into that stage, right? So it's a lot of work. This year has been complicated because we had to dedicate a lot of time to upgrade our products since 2024 was out, to not leave our customer base behind with things that didn't work. We achieved that. Everyone is using the entire offering without problems in 2024. Yes, there are 2020 planes compatible in mode, but there is no point upgrading them because we're building technology like this, people. Right? And then I'm sure that when you see the 2024 version of FS 500, you're going to go like, oh, but can I use the FBO? Yes, you're going to ask me, right? And if I do a quick conversion that it's just, now it's not going to be able. So you have to do that. Common questions I get, oh, the plane looks too clean. Well, we're simulating that this aircraft has come from the manufacturer 6 months ago. That's the level of wear and tear that we're putting into it. There are reasons behind it. I can't say why, but we get pushed sometimes by the manufacturers of aircraft. You would not like to sell your Ferrari looking like it has been trashed through a cliff and put back together.
Raggedy
right?
ass, yes. It must be clean.
You would like to show your Ferrari as a Ferrari that it looks grand because you want to be proud of your thing. There will be mods that you guys will be able to download and then make it more trashy. But the truth is, these aircraft are beautiful when they come out from the manufacturer. They look exactly like this, all elegant and beautiful. Seat options, okay? I know the trailer has white seats, but that's the alpha. We're still working on this, guys. I didn't say I'm releasing next week, did I? Right, so basically we know the 3 types of seats that are installed on these airplanes from the manufacturer. They change it again. So this is the process, right? You decide today that you want to do an aircraft. You go to the website and you find out that they have these 3 options and you start. By the time you are reaching the end of the product, after 3 years, they change all the options on the manufacturer, right? So now you just wasted all your resources doing textures because they're different now, right? You started with options, blah, blah, blah. By the time they are offering new things. So we took the base color that everyone else uses on the manufacturer, which is white. They have a name for it, which is Oberon, if you go into their website. Now they have three options now. We checked this week. They have the Oberon interior, they have the Manchester interior, and they have the Tristan interior. So thanks to 2024 technology, we're going to be able to offer for all deliveries that you can pick which interior you want.
Nice.
You can pick the Oberon, you can pick the Tristan, and you can pick the Manchester. I just finished the Manchester before
coming on.
Yes, we got it, but now I'm just in the pillow colors because obviously they're not good enough on that particular color seats. So you will be able to pick that through the preset system and say, well, I like this color more. No, I like the other one more. And then you can just change it, right? And that's the kind of thing that we can do on 2024 that we could not do on 2020 easily.
Yeah.
In 2020, to do that, I will have to deliver 3 interiors will be that if I give you 15 liveries, I will need to do 30, that's 45 liveries, one for each interior. And then the package installation will be like 30 gigabytes, right?
Yeah.
Because it's ridiculous. Now in 2024, that's not the case. It's just 3 changes in some config files, and then you can pick an interior you want, right? There are all the things that we're going to include later on. Because we're still learning that. It's not fully developed, I believe, where people can change their own colors via some sort of interface. But that will be later. I mean, we're giving you guys so many liveries from the manufacturer and customs that it's going to be plenty. Someone asked me if I could put branded names of current operators that fly these planes. The answer is no. Because then I would need to spend my time with solicitor for months upon some months, and they might say even no. Right? But I'm sure that someone on Flight Intel will do it next day. So it's not really a worry. Next day you will find your flex jet or whatever it is jet that you want will be there and done. What other common question were? Oh, that the seats don't have enough wrinkles was one. This print of wrinkles. But 2 things you guys have to understand. This aircraft cost new $14.5 million.
Is that all? Asher, come here. So that's nothing, right?
Second hand, like 9 months old or something, you might get it for 12 or 10. Right? But the trailer doesn't show. You see, there you go. That's the wrinkles. The problem is that you guys are basing everything on a trailer that we have to give an overview to bring attention of people, right? And that's a short span that we have 1.5 minutes to do things. But this thing is all done to the standards that Embraer delivers. Right? Embraer is not going to give you a cheap leather because you just pay 4.5 million, 14.5 million for this thing. Imagine the face of if you were a rich guy and then you sit on this thing and then it becomes all wrinkled next day. You will go back to Embraer and say, give me a new seat.
100%.
Let's face it.
Yeah.
Right?
100%.
So these things are done to very good standards. And it's not an aircraft like an Airbus where people sit in there every day, 10 times a day, on and off. That's not how it works, right? They transfer these VIP people, and they might sit today on that seat. Next day, might sit on the other seat. So the level of wear is different of what you guys' expectations are, right? And we are replicating everything. We're replicating even that. What leather you use? And they tell me, we use this type of leather. And we go and research. How wrinkled is it get with time? Oh, no, it lasts 5 years. Okay, fine. So I can't make you now something that looks like an old lady because that's not how it works, okay? Yeah. So what you're looking at here is how the plane looks. You, after all, want to experience that. How the aircraft looks when I get it from Embraer. And they want you to see that too, right? We have to stay to the standards. But we're doing now different interiors, and what happens when you have different colors, you see those level of detail that we put to the seats. But there was a trailer on Alpha, so you guys could see a little bit of, what we're planning to do, what is coming to bring to your attention. By the time this thing is gonna release, we're planning to release around 8 videos because it's so much to showcase that we can't do one trailer. It's just not possible. One trailer will not explain all the things. I mean, we've been talking here for what, an hour or something, and And we haven't even touched base to the fuel simulation. I want to put this thing with fuel expansion and stuff like that, right? So we need to do like A videos so we can showcase each part. So we'll be like, today we're going to talk about the electrics. Tomorrow we're going to talk about pneumatic systems. Tomorrow, the next day we're going to talk about the hydraulics. Next day we're going to talk about avionics only. Next day we're going to do only the visuals, so you can see things about the visual, etc., etc. So we're playing around 8, and with that in mind, I got someone to make me custom music, thinking already about the 8 videos that we're going to release. And the music that we play for the trailer was made custom as well. It was made custom by someone that is in the chat, I believe. That was developed just for the trailer because we were going to Dublin. But there is a theme behind the entire thing, and we're going to publish all the music to Spotify so people can then play the music or related to the aircraft. It's a lot of stuff behind doing this to that level of detail, even the music. So it's a teaser, right? It's not a release video. It was just to let you know we're coming with all this. Could you share as well some of the pictures that I sent you earlier about the recording? Because Tyler from Echo 19 is like, you haven't said anything about the sounds. I told him, but we did showcase the sounds in Dublin, right? I went full power and we did a full engine start.
Yeah, now. Bear with me.
Why didn't get the emails about that?
Right.
Okay.
We have some photos to show. Sound recording.
Okay. So yes, the sound we're recording from the real Phenom. And yes, we had to pay for the plane to record the sound from the real Phenom at the cost that would be a normal charter. My wallet still hurts, but that's what it is, because we want to do all real. Now, you will notice there is no registration. That's because we have to remove it. The owners of the aircraft told us they didn't want the registration to be shown, so I have to doctorate the pictures to remove that. But there is plenty of photos in there. How we do the process is that you put Microsoft inside, outside, behind, the left, the right, everywhere, inside the aircraft, and then they perform a full start of the engine. And they then, you have more pictures in there. Then they do a full power of the engine to the maximum that is allowed. And this is one of the things that we're discussing, that you can get this close to a 90-95% of the real thing, because there are certain things that you can do, right? You have the interior as well. I can send you all of them.
Do you want that other picture shown that's in there? Like, is that public knowledge?
Yeah, it is.
Grand, that's okay. I'm there sitting going, am I allowed to show the Echo 19's doing the sounds? So you just know the sounds are brilliant.
Yeah, it was Echo 19. And funny story, right? Because obviously they go, that's in the hangar when he arrives and start unpacking and doing everything. There's one inside when he's recording every single switch.
That's crazy. Crazy.
Yeah. So there's another picture when he's inside the aircraft. That's it. Okay. So he's there and he's getting the overview of avionics and everything. He will record every single sound that the switches do and everything. So they can run the engines to a certain level on the ground. You can never go to 100% because the computer doesn't allow that, because ITT gets too hot. But they were able that day, because of the temperature, to go like 93 or something, which is just crazy. And then we have to use algorithms to predict how much is 100, right? Because that's what it is. But so we started working with Tyler. And obviously, he's used to make his sounds of high quality, obviously, to certain ways. And then, obviously, I throw him to my internal team of 29 guys. And then he started getting the feedback, right? And I tell him, you have to do this because this is gonna be this failure is planned. You have to do this because this failure is planned. You have to do this because this failure is planned. Blah 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 blah. And I went like, oh god. And then and then we started putting it all together. And then he sent us the second version of the sounds, and it became so realistic that he told me this is the most challenging sound system I ever worked in my life, and he was grateful for our feedback and the way that we work. So that's just an example of how we can push everyone around us to go a little bit higher than they ever will be, because the crazy mindset that we have. And if you want, you can do a run up, a start, so they can probably hear it, how it works.
Right, we'll do this briefly because I'm under savage pressure for time, but you know what I'm like. Hang on there now. I do one of these because I need to close all my stuff now, look. Although
no, you can leave it on. For the startup, it's okay.
Well, not the engines. Right. Let's see what we can do here. So for trouble, let me see. Electrical gens, grand. Batteries on. Fuel pumps. Leave them on auto, yeah?
Yeah. Go to auto.
Auto fuel. Yeah. Hydraulic pumps should be open.
Yeah. They are auto. They are driven by the engine. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Heating, ice protection don't need. So it's just an engine start. So yeah, we'll turn up the sounds on this. And we'll give it a listen.
You could switch to external view, and you know when you're in external view, you do Control 8, you will be like next to the engine. Do Control 8. You press Control 8 right now.
I think my buttons are different.
Okay. Okay, there is a pre-save camera number 8 on the fixed, which is next to the engine on the front.
Okay, there.
That's it. That's what you want. Okay. So people hear it proper.
Okay, we'll do that for the next one, so bear with me.
And all you do is to move that to auto or whatever, and then run. Yeah, run, then start. Go to start, and then that's it. Switch. Animation. These are 2024 new way of doing rotations.
That is absolutely awesome. Love it. Yeah. Absolutely love it. The sounds are just incredible. All the work from Echo 19 gone into it. Raul, I tell you, it's absolutely incredible work you've done so far, and
yeah.
I know you've like to say this is an alpha is it's staggering and shocking, but I mean it's again you're showing us just the passion that goes into these projects. So you'll definitely have to be back on for another update at some stage, because there is, even in an alpha, there's so much to get into this. But from what we've seen on Saturday, what we've seen here tonight, I mean, it's incredible. It really, really is. So. Listen, I want to thank you for taking time out of your schedule, because I know how busy you are. So to be able to do this tonight, to give us an update on where the project is going, it's been incredible, man. And I just can't wait to see this thing kind of go from strength to strength.
People know that you're going to run a second Q18, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so basically in a couple of weeks, they're going to get their next bit of day with a preset of interiors, so they can start looking at that, and then I'm gonna go into my cave to do more stuff. People don't feel bad because I'm not saying anything else after today. Mm-hmm. I just need to work in a lot of stuff, not just this project. All the things are gonna be surprises next year. But Luca, which is helping me with avionics, is gonna continue. I took it to a level that he can go now and finish all the avionics, so the project carries on. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And when we're ready, we will hype you like you've never been hyped in your life, basically. and that's your signal. Oh God, that's it. It's coming, right?
Sweet.
But I hope you all guys understand the patient, right? Everyone wants me to tell them when. I'm not going to tell you when. We're just doing this so you have the best experience possible that you can have. We have an internal team of 29 people testing this, plus another team that I asked Murph to assemble. So we can, because this is much more complex than anything else we have released before. And basically, there's going to be 2 QA teams running this in tandem, testing everything. So that's a total probably of 50 together or something like that. Internal testers are going to go on, break this to everything they can, tell me this doesn't work, this doesn't work. And then when all those bugs are clear, it's going to go and be released. The whole idea is that I know everyone is tired and jaded of the offerings out there. And what we want you is that you have the total peace of mind that if you're getting this, it has been fully tested, it has been fully approved by pilots that fly this every day, and you're getting the best thing possible that can be done for Microsoft simulators, basically. Right? So that's my promise, but I'm not going to promise you a date. I'm not going to tell you it's quarter 1, quarter 2. No, I'm going to promise you is going to be a little bit more expensive of what you bought from other private jets, but it is very accessible considering all that we're doing. And I'm going to promise you that you're going to love every bit of it.
Sweet. Well, listen, Raul, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much indeed for joining us here tonight. You've been an absolute star, and I can't wait to see more. So thank you very, very much indeed.
Thank you, everyone, and thank you for the opportunity to showcase what's coming.
Sweet. All right, dude. We'll chat you soon.
All right.
See ya. All right. Raul from FSReborn. Just incredible stuff, lads, isn't it? Absolutely incredible stuff. Right. We're going to move on. We don't have time for the Klamath Falls, but we're going to jump over to the world of DCS to check out the update to the C-130J. So just get all this up and running now in a few moments. Anyone who was tuned in here, I mean, primarily Microsoft Flight Simulator, that's what we cover, right? And it is very exciting to see some of the DCS stuff coming in as well. So I thank you for your patience, except for one Muppet who was given out, so he's gone. But we need to get this up and running. So I think I just got sent a file. I need to horse this in to where it needs to go. So just bear with for one moment, and then we're going to get John on the blower, and we'll have a chat with John to see where we're at when it comes to this aircraft, because there has been a lot of hype about this upcoming aircraft, the DCS C-130J, which is coming from Airplane Simulation Company. So we're going to be firing straight into this here now in just one little moment, lads. If you just bear with me now. New file, download, use, and let's see what we can do here. So I just need to pop a file in before we go. And let's see here now. How many of you guys DCS? Is it? I mean, do you use it on? Anyone use it on Steam, or is it always just from the ED launcher? Let me know. Now let's see. Users, me, saved games. Oh, and it goes into missions. Sure, having loads of fun with this. And then we do one of those. Yes. Replace, and we should be good. So a massive thanks to Raul from FSReborn. Absolute ledge, an absolute ledge. So let me think. We can go ahead and fire this up, and let's go over and have a shout with Nighthawk. Let's just see here now. Let's just see if he's okay. ED launches better as you get the trials. Ooh. ED to get the trials and miles. That's interesting stuff. Yeah, like, I mean, for me, it seems to be fairly okay in this. But yeah, no, it'll be interesting to know where you're at. Right, hang on, we're going to press some buttons. And we'll get Nighthawk on the blower. Let's just see here now. Good evening.
Hey, good evening. Can you hear me?
Oh, we can hear you 5x5. Exciting. Since we've last spoken, I don't know how many updates there's been, but a lot of work has been done, right?
Yeah, it has. I mean, we've been pushing a build, I think, probably 2 or 3 builds a day, 7 days a week since the last time we spoke. And Yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy. Just I've kind of lost track of time over the past couple weeks leading up to release. I could have sworn it was last week that I came on here, but it's been like what, a couple days shy of a month now.
Yeah, and like it's when we were last here. I mean, I managed to not explode trying to start it up, and even from what I've seen, you know, over the last couple of weeks, to even what we have as of kind of this morning, I'm like, jeez, the amount of work gone into this. I mean, the finish line must be almost in sight, I think, at this stage.
It is, yeah. We're pretty confident at this point that it's going to be sometime in November, and there's what 12 days left in the month, so it's very exciting just to see that we've moved.
Hello there.
I guess the past half a year really we've moved from systems development to polish and getting it ready to release, and now we're getting to the end of that polish stage, and
Hello there.
it's really been a relief. I'm really excited for everyone to see the work that we put in over the past 4 years into this thing.
Okay, so what we're looking at tonight, it's more than just the cold and dark startup. You actually want me to do stuff with this, which would be, I mean, you have a big challenge ahead of you, right?
Yeah, there's a surprise at the end that we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so I mean, the last stream was very much a like, this is the airplane, it exists. It's just here's how to get it into the air, and then we talked about it at a macro level. And now the plan for tonight is to really show the mission functionality of this airplane, that it isn't just a 4-engine trash hauler. You can get down and dirty, and we're going to be doing an airdrop procedure, and kind of show you how to program the FMS, if you will, of how to set that up. You'll be able to see the cargo go out the back and the parachutes deploy. And then right after that, we're going to be doing what's called an IPRA, which stands for Integrated Precision Radar Approach. And that's the function in the C-130 that allows you to fly what is essentially an ILS to any point in space in the entire planet. And to demonstrate that, we're going to be doing an IPRA to an empty field in the middle of nowhere that we have a landing zone set up at. So it should be a pretty exciting night.
Okay, sweet. Right. Direct me as required, and I'll try not to make a mess.
All right. Yeah, if you want to just stream your screen to me on Discord if possible. That way we don't have that delay that Twitch has.
Stand by. How does one... Oh, yeah, I can do it this way. Should have entire screen. And we'll go with that. You'll kind of see half a screen, but you should be able to see a fair bit. Does that work?
Yeah, that should be good enough.
Okay. Now, just on that, let's have a look. Yeah, no, she's not going to like that. Let's see. No, she's not going to like that. That's the end of that.
If we need to just watch the stream, it's fine.
Yeah, you'll probably have to, because just with encoder, it's going to. Oh wait, hang on. I wonder, can I share it somewhere else? All right. Anyway, look, we'll continue on. If there's a bit of a lag, it'll add for answering questions. Right.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Right. Where are we off to?
Okay. Yeah. So we can load up the mission that I sent you, and instead of loading into the ground slot, it'll be the air start.
Okay. So are we loading a multiplayer server or just standard?
Nope, it'd be standard, yeah. Mission, and then the Murph one that I sent you.
Sweet. Okay, so mission planner or straight into start?
Straight into start.
Sweet. Such a cool looking machine. It's badass. This aircraft. I've been watching documentaries about this, and it's frightening. The tech.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Because when people look at a C-130, it's like, oh yeah, they're around for years, but like as they progress, every time they kind of re-release it, the upgrades are unbelievable. Okay, so I have 2 areas here: choice of role, pilot or pilot, aerial 2 or aerial 3, and I have a start position from ground or air.
Yes, aerial 3, the air start.
Okie dokie.
On the bottom.
So that's loading in. Hopefully it all works according to plan, and it's starting to come alive, which it is. Okay. So, current state of the aircraft, is it currently on autopilot when I engage this? It is.
It is, yeah. So we're about 14 miles out from the shoreline, and then right beyond the waypoint that we're inbound to will be our airdrop zone that we'll set up.
Okay.
So it'll probably be, and people are talking about the lighting in the last stream being poor, so we've updated it so it should show off the textures a little bit more. We saw some comments that the textures looked flat, but that was just because it was overcast skies in the last mission that we showed.
Okay, well they're looking nice in here in the flight deck, and then externally, we're looking good here as well. So yeah, looking good.
All right, so once you're back in the cockpit, probably the easiest thing to do, we'll just go to active pause. That way, we kind of buy ourselves some time to program the CNI rather, and then talk about what we're going to be doing.
Active pause.
So
just,
active pause is
pause break. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Windows left shift and then pause break.
Windows left shift, pause break. Okay.
You should see like a message in the top right. It says like active pause on or something.
Negative.
Let's see. So Windows key left shift and pause break. Didn't turn it on?
Yeah, I have it there. Oh shit, sorry. Right, yeah, we got it. Active pause is on. Brilliant.
Okay, perfect.
Success.
I was getting worried for a second that something in your DCS installed like nuked that keybind or something, but yeah. So right now we're loaded in. We're at 700 feet MSO, which is about 660 feet AGL, and if you hit I believe it's the 3 key on your keyboard, not the numpad, but the above all the letters.
Okay, we're in the cargo area.
Yep, and if you spin the camera around, so you're looking forward, you should see some pallet or some crates loaded rather.
Man, look at the detail on those. Like, I'm staggered. You just want to almost peel the friggin' tape off. That looks very, very good, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. The artist who did this really knocked it out of the park, especially like the nylon webbing and the cardboard, and that's just on like a small little cargo asset. Notwithstanding the rest of this monstrous cargo bay that some poor soul had to not only model but also texture and refine to our standards.
It's looking incredible.
It's been a labor of love to say the least. I mean, just the amount of effort that it took to get it to this stage is pretty remarkable. But yeah, this would be all the cargo going out of the back when we're airdropping it, and you'll be able to see the parachutes deploy and all that. But if we head back to the cockpit, we'll get this all programmed up.
Okie dokie.
So one of the advances about the C-130, the J model in particular, is that they added a function within the CNI called CARP. And CARP stands for Computed Aerial Release Point. It's just a fancy way of saying that it gives you a point in space that if you drop the cargo upon reaching that point, it will land wherever you told the computer that you want it to land. So, in the old days of having to manually run ballistics tables for different parachutes or wind correction charts, it does it all for you in a very simple, easy to use interface where it's 4 pages of data input within the CNI, and it allows you to do something that's as powerful as this. Yeah, someone in the comments said CARP equals cargo CCRP. That's exactly what it is.
Sweet.
Pretty at a macro
Fire,
level.
good job.
All right, so to set this up, it's actually very simple. So I have a flight plan built from the mission editor that's already been loaded into the FMS, or I keep wanting to call it an FMS, the CNI. So if we head on down to the CNI.
Roger.
And you'll have to forgive me, I'm watching your stream, so my reactions might be a bit delayed.
You're quite okay. So we're down, I would call it an FMS too, so yeah, we know where we're at.
Yeah. Okay, so if you click, there's 2 ways to set a CARP up. One is you can do it via the mission page. You can manually, it's the top right key where it says MSM.
Okay.
If you click that, it'll take you to the missions page. Or mission computer index, rather.
Yeah, we can see it there on the right top. We've CARP 1 in it and CARP 1 prog.
Yep. So if you click on Carp 1 in it, it'll take you to a blank page structure. So this will allow you to define an airdrop that's outside of your flight plan. And you can actually define up to 10 separate carps, which is pretty crazy. I don't know the use case for doing more than 2, but yeah, if you really want to, you can define up to 10. But so this is one way to do it, or an easier way to do it rather is to do what I did, and you can either set up a waypoint within the mission editor, or you can put in a waypoint manually, which is kind of what I've done. So if you click the legs page, or the legs key rather, from the CNI, and you'll see the legs page has all our waypoints, so W2 through W5. So if you find W3, and then just kind of slide your cursor over to the right set of keys, it should be the second one from the top.
Roger. Okay, so we can see the waypoint data. We have the label, which is waypoint 3, and then we have a lat long.
Yeah, exactly. So this is what's cool about the C-130 is that, or whoever designed this, tied the flight plan into the mission functions really well. So obviously, it's smart enough to know that, I already have a position, I already have an elevation, and I already have an identifier. Well, that's all you need really to define a point of impact. And so rather than having to type all this in manually, which you can do, there's a prompt at the bottom right of that page that says MFP, which is kind of aptly named Mission Flight Parameter. Which, if that isn't, a Lockheed technical abbreviation, I don't know what is. So if you click that, it'll take you to Carpinit again. But this time, it'll have the top couple fields on the left pre-populated with the information of your waypoint.
Got it. We got our position, and we have, that's pretty cool. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So now what you've pretty much done is you've told the computer that I want my cargo to land on the geographic position. So PI is point of impact.
Right.
And it's taken the waypoint from your flight plan and said, I am going to drop the cargo onto this point. And it's actually very accurate. It's surprisingly so, rather. It'll pretty much it's down to the tens of yards that it'll put the first element of your cargo on, which is, if you think about the ballistics and the, just the ambient weather involved and wind corrections, it's pretty impressive. But so from here we can start actually defining the airdrop. So they've kind of broken up the carp init structure into separate sections. So page 1, you're defining the drop zone, how long it is, how it's aligned in terms of course, where you're going to be turning into the course, where you're going to be slowing down. Whereas page 2 is you're telling the computer what cargo you have. Page 3 is all about weather, and then page 4 is about altitude. And then at the very end, page 5 is going to be showing you all the ballistics of the parachute. So your rate of fall, your deceleration quotient, your time of fall constant. Some really cool terms actually. If you do some digging into it, it's very interesting stuff. But it's higher level or lower level, I guess, than what we're going to be talking about today.
So in essence, effectively, what you're able to do using the onboard computer, as we would say, the flight management system, we're able to program a drop depending on waypoint, depending on how much of that chute number that we want to launch. We can tell the computer to say, look, you need to aim for this specific area at this altitude, also provided with the barometric pressure when the aircraft gets in there, because if there is a difference from your current location to your destination, that could have an impact on it. So all of this is pretty much done by coding in this very computer.
It is, yeah. And
awesome.
The back-end ballistics to get this to work is pretty horrific. There's a bunch of very just massive tables out there that we had to parse through to create ballistics data for each specific parachute type. But the end result, I mean, it's seamless, and that's kind of that's what you have to do for an airplane like this, is to make it approachable, to make it so that you want to actually use this. And the real engineers at Lockheed thought the same thing, evidently, because they did exactly the thing I'm describing of just making it very friendly for the user.
Sure.
And And it's not even the really interesting thing about this is that you'll define, your weather parameters such as wind and temperature on the CarpNet pages, but then the airplane is actually measuring it as you're flying along towards the drop zone, and it's updating your solution for you.
Wow.
To give you the most accurate point of impact possible. So it's a very smart machine, I guess, to put it lightly. But we can go back we can actually start defining the airdrop. So if you want to go back to CarpNet 1, we'll go push some buttons and get some numbers in.
Okay. Do it for the same waypoint 3 or the first one?
This is perfectly fine. You don't need to do anything else. We'll use waypoint 3.
Okay.
So the first, we'll just go kind of down and to the right. So length leading edge to trailing edge is going to be how long your drop zone is, and that's just telling the computer this is the size of your drop zone and where cargo can land safely. So we can put in something like 1,500. That's going to be in yards.
Okay. Set.
All right, so we can go to the right. LE to PI is leading edge to point of impact, and that's essentially saying how far in the drop zone that you want the load to land, and it's sort of a safety factor, if you will. So we can put 250 yards.
And set.
Slowdown distance, so that's going to be the point at which you're going to be transitioning from your cruise speed to your airdrop speed. So going from 270 knots down to 140. Closer in is better from a survivability perspective because you're going faster for longer. Yeah. But further out gives you a little bit more time. So slowdown, we can put 5 nautical miles.
Okay, set.
Turn point distance is going to be the point. It's going to be the distance between the slowdown point and the turn point, and that's going to be where you transition from your flight plan to the airdrop procedure. So we can put 8 miles in for that.
Okay, set.
So for run-in course, just do me a favor and slide over to the right CNI for me for a second.
Mm-hmm. Head tracking, it's always great crack, isn't it? Okay, on the right side.
Hit the legs key to bring up the legs page.
Legs, yeah.
And then to the right of W3, there will be a 3-digit number.
Correct.
I think it's like 0 something.
Yeah, we got 700.
Yeah, 054. Perfect. 054 will work. So we'll use 054 as our run-in course.
Oh, sorry, the course number. Beg your pardon. Yes. Okay, so we're going to put 054 into that run-in course.
Yep.
Does it want the time as well, or we're primarily just putting in the course?
So we'll leave the TOT field blank for now. The TOT field could be useful if there's a specific time that you want to be over the drop zone at.
Okay.
And if you put something in, it'll give you the speeds that you need to fly in order to make that time. But for now, we'll just leave that blank.
Okay, so we go 054. Yeah. Come on, Betsy. Try that again. 0. Bear with. Okay, so we're going to say 054 run in. Okay, set.
Cool. And then your DZ escape point is going to be the distance from the red light point, which is when you're at the end of the drop zone, essentially, and then when you transition back to the flight plan. We can leave that as 0.5.
Okay.
You go to the next page.
Okay.
So this page is going to be what we're telling the airplane, what load type we're carrying, and then how much of it, and what parachute we're using. So the load type is already set to CDS, or Container Delivery System, and that's fine there. We're using a 1-stage parachute.
Okay.
2-stage can be used for if you're doing like a high altitude drop. You have different winds and temperatures aloft versus different winds and temperatures down low, and that's how it there'll be an additional set of prompts for you to fill in that weather. Just makes it more accurate, but we can leave that on 1.
Okay.
Chute number, so we're using our chute/number. We're going to put in G-12 delta for our chute type.
/12 delta, yeah?
You don't need a /.
Okay, so G 12 delta, yeah?
Hyphen.
Sorry.
Yeah, so it's to the right of the 0 key.
Yeah. Okay, so G hyphen 12 delta, correct?
Yep, you can just throw that in there.
Into shoot. Okay, set.
All right, so element weight / quantity. So we have 6 CDS bundles, and they each weigh 882 pounds. So you can do 882/6. You can throw it in there.
Okay, set.
And you'll see there that our drop payload has been updated as well. So we have, I think it's
just shy of 5,300.
5,200 pounds. That works.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can hit the next page and go to Carp Init 3.
Okay.
And then this is where we're going to be telling the computer what weather and what winds we have for its ballistic solution. So we don't have any wind in this mission, thankfully. So all you need to put in for the altitude /WV and the surface /WV is 0/0. And that's telling the plane that, you know, there's calm winds, so it won't apply any wind correction.
Okay, set.
Altitude temperature, so that's going to be standard lapse rate is 2 degrees, so you can put in 6 for that, 6 Celsius.
Set.
Okay, cool. And the altimeter setting we don't need to adjust because it pulls the current altimeter from the what is it called? The air data computer. So that'll vary based on your baro set knob, but we can leave that for now.
Okay.
Next page, Carp 4.
Okay.
So here is where we're going to be telling it if there's any obstacles in the area, what the DZ elevation is, and that'll affect our minimum drop height. So we don't have any obstacles, so you can just put in 17 for the obstruction elevation.
Okay, set.
That's going to be just... All right, and it should auto-populate your drop altitude. I think it's going to be
517.
Perfect. So yeah, it's taking your the required clearance height that you specify above minimum drop height, and then adding that on top of the obstruction elevation to give you that. 500 feet is pretty low, so let's put in 700.
And into the same R1, yeah?
Yeah, R1.
Okay, that's set.
All right, and if we hit next page, go to Carp 5, we should see that is now populated with a bunch of different values for all the things we talked about prior.
Yeah.
All right, and that's that. So you can just click the execute key to the left of the brightness rocker.
Yeah.
That'll get rid of the execute light, and then go back to legs.
Okay. Now we can see we've direct waypoint 2, and then we've all our carp 1, 2.
Exactly. Yeah. So those are the ones with the asterisks next to them are called pseudo waypoints, just the ones that have been generated by the computer. But you see, we have our turn point, you have our carp, and you have our DZ escape point, and then it flows right back into the flight plan.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's that easy.
Yeah.
This is applicable to anything, including the MOAB. I know people will ask about this. This is exactly how you drop the MOAB accurately. There's another CNI page that you'll use to determine where you drop it, but it's pretty much the same function. So that is the airdrop built, and then just for the sake of I guess efficiency, whenever we actually get into this, it's going to be kind of hectic. So to save a bit of pain on your side, we're going to define our IPRA. So IPRA is a little less seamless than some of the other mission parameters, such as rendezvous, such as carp, because this version of the C-130 that we've simulated, Block 6.5, does not have the capability of drawing vertical paths to an extent. So you can define them in the FMS, but you have no way of actually viewing it except on one of the progress pages. So you can't couple the autopilot to the vertical profile. You can't do VNAV. You can't do FMS approach or like RNAV FMS approaches using vertical guidance.
Okay.
So they built it into it's in the CNI, but it's separate. It's a separate function, and you'll see what I mean when I say it's a little bit less seamless. But IPRA lives within the mission computer. So if you click that MC index key to the left of the caps key,
Yeah, set.
there's an IPRA prompt.
And set.
All right, so this is the this is how you define a precision approach to any point on Earth, like I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So the RPI is going to be the runway point of impact position, and for that you can put in W5 and hit L1, or yeah, L1.
Okay, set. We have a lat long.
Yep. Let's see. Cool. For runway align, you can put 028.
028. Set.
And then the RPI to the final approach fix is just going to be the spacing from the final approach fix to the runway. We can put in 3.
It auto-generated 4, but we can just put in 3, yeah?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, set.
And then the final approach fix to the initial fix value, you can put in, looking at my notes here, 5.
And set.
Cool. And you'll see that as we adjusted the spacing, the computed final approach fix altitude actually changed.
Roger.
That's using the height above the runway point of impact, the final approach fix to IF distance, and the glide slope value.
So if we were to change that glide slope, for example, we wanted to do a steeper approach, obviously that would change the final approach altitude.
It would, yeah.
Sweet.
And it's really hilarious because you would think that the FMS wouldn't allow like just completely nonsensical glide slope values.
Yeah.
No, it will accept 89 degrees as a glide slope angle. Yeah.
Crazy. Someone's going to try that. You know they are.
Oh yeah, and I mean, the way that we found that is I was just messing around with I was just doing some very boring validation on whether or not the CNI catches invalid data, and I put in something like 85, and it took it. I was like, there's no way. I mean, like if I fly IRL and going into Aspen, that's a 7-degree glide slope, and that's like seems extremely steep.
Yeah.
But sure enough, I went to the documentation. It was like validity range was 0.1 to 89.
That's crazy.
So,
approaching beta, perhaps. Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah. You can try that once, and then you will die a horrific death.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we just want to double check, if you hit next page and go to page 2 of 2, I just want to make sure that it has W6 populated as the missed approach point.
W6 is correct, yes.
Okay, perfect. So if you go back to page 1, you'll see there's a start prompt at the bottom right. So you'll use that to tell the FMS. It'll transition guidance from don't press it yet, but it'll transition the guidance from INAV, which is driving everything else within the flight plan. It'll transition it to IPRA guidance, but we won't press that until we're inbound to the W4 waypoint.
Understood.
Okay, so that is the FMS programming completed for an airdrop and a precision approach. It's much less intimidating than I think a lot of people expect when you hear about like an airdrop. And you're like, that's an incredibly complicated procedure. That's going to take forever. But it really is, I don't know, 15 different data points.
Yeah, and like in terms of, the user friendliness, I mean, is this a checklist item? Is this a normal, a procedural item that, folks can read up on? Or what sort of hand-holding is involved?
Yeah, so we have a tutorial campaign that has been made by Baltic Dragon, and it has a chapter in there, or one of the missions is an airdrop where he goes in and explains all of this, shows you what buttons to press, and handholds you through one of these procedures. And I'm trying to remember if IPRA is in one of them. I'd have to look, but yeah, the intent of that is those missions are going to ship with the airplane for free, included with the product. And that'll allow you, once you get one of those missions under your belt, you can apply that to pretty much any airdrop procedure. And of course, this will also be documented in the product manual that'll ship with the airplane as well.
Okay, sweet. Nice.
All right, so we are good to go. You can unpause it using the same same keybind, and we'll start our run-in towards W2.
Okay, we're
I'm being
moving.
told that IPRA is a training mission, so that's good.
Okay. Now, come here. Wasn't there a button I had to learn? I will do it in a while.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is going to be applicable towards the end of this stream, but autopilot disconnect is one that you'll definitely probably want to map. So it should be called, I think it's pilot yoke AP or autopilot disconnect or AP disconnect.
Hang on out. So pilot yoke. Pilot yoke. No, it doesn't like that. AP disconnect. No. Autopilot. Yoke autopilot disconnect. That's the one, yeah?
That's it. Yep.
Right. Find a button now that I'm not going to, like, you know what I mean? Me wing stuff will serve me well. So it says I have one on button 6. Let's just double check that.
You might have already. It sounds like something that I would have had you map before we did the first stream.
Right. Okay, we're good. So they want a bit of audio just in the aircraft, so we'll do a flyby with some loud audio. Beautiful sounds. Beautiful sounds.
Yeah, it's we talked about it before, but we got some pretty insane access to record this plane at the aeroplane.
Okay, so the good news is, Nighthawk, I'm completely autopilot, so I can't really do much harm, you know?
Yeah, and that's the nice thing about this plane is that, you know, the people who want to, you know, do this all manually and introduce like a more varied or tactical style of flying, and, you know, just kind of slide onto the course at the last possible second, drop their cargo and get out of Dodge back into the low-level mountains, that you can totally do that. You'll get, you know, full flight director guidance, and it's possible. Or if you just want to do like exactly what we're doing now, fly it all on autopilot until the last, you know, 200 feet above the ground, you can.
Sweet. Okay.
I'm being told that also to press numpad 5 to center your view. It should help with the visuals in the HUD.
Very good.
So in terms of the I saw the stream update just now, much better. So in terms of the actual airdrop, we're going to be doing it at 140 knots, and I'll tell you when to configure. But what we're looking for is not a flat position, but more of a deck angle. And the deck angle is for the gravity extraction of the cargo in the back. So heavier vehicles that have more inertia are extracted using an extraction parachute, whereas these lighter palletized cargo just roll out the back. So 7 degrees will be you'll have enough momentum for the cargo to clear the plane at the velocity that the ballistic solution is anticipating.
Okay, understood. The calm before the storm.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I originally had this the plane flying over water for much longer, and then I realized we should probably shorten it up just for the sake of time. But yeah, this gets pretty busy on a single pilot. Like IRL, the bare minimum crew to do something like this is 2 people, and for the more tactically oriented planes such as the MC or the HC, they have a third person. And that third person is dedicated to pretty much running all of the systems and let the pilots, maneuver and fly the airplane. So doing all of this on one person it's quite tough, even for people that are experienced with the airplane. And that's part of the reason why every time someone says like, oh, why aren't they doing like an H model? It would not be possible to do this all in one person, flying that that airplane with no automation.
Okay, so we just got a waypoint transition. Looks like it's now 4.
Yep, we are running into the turn point. So we're transitioning from the flight plan to the airdrop. So you can think of the airdrop a procedure as like a string of pearls, if you will. The turn point's the one end of the string, and then the DZ escape is the other end. So you'll also see, if you zoom in on the HUD, there's going to be a message window above the pitch ladder, and that's going to give you time nav enunciations. It'll say, like, 2 minutes to carp, 1 minute to carp, 10 seconds, 9, 8, 7, 6. It'll count down like that, and it'll also give you your green light. There you go, 2 minutes until carp, and then it'll give you what's called green light, or slow down, green light, and red light. So slow down is when we're going to be slowing to 140 knots, and it'll probably be a good idea, turn your aux pump on and then get the ramp open.
Aux pump on and ramp. Press and hold.
Yep.
Ramp is opening. Here's the sounds, that vibration coming through. It's friggin' awesome.
Oh yeah. And once that ramp is fully open, you can dial down your ref set knob to 140 knots.
Ref set 140 knots. Coming in.
Yep.
Ref set 140 set. And speed drop.
Okay, now, cool.
Okay.
How many miles away from the carp are you?
We are 3. Beg your
One.
pardon.
Okay. Oh, okay. Go down to your aerial delivery panel.
Area
and there's
delivery
the
panel.
Yep, that's where the ramp control switch is.
Yeah.
Move that airdrop switch or computer drop switch to auto.
Set.
Click the caution button.
Set.
And hold that ramp switch a little bit longer.
Ramp open, yeah?
Yeah, just hold it for another couple seconds. Alright, cool. So the plane is going to be decelerating to 130 knots, and if you want to go to the Loadmaster cam,
Yeah.
we can watch the cargo go out. So this is all doing on autopilot for you. And just look towards the back. There we go. And you do have auto throttles on, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, so when we hit green light, you'll see all the cargo start to slide out the back.
This is verify, speed is good, 140 holding.
Alright, yeah, you can go back to the Loadmaster view and watch it all come out. Carp vert.
There she goes!
Okay, oh, it's actually going out the back?
Yeah.
Sweet. I saw that carp vert message for a second and I got worried. And they'll free fall for a little bit, and there's the parachutes.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
And like, they'll appear on the ground, and of course, in a multiplayer perspective, your troops can get them or resupply or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And you can see how this could be like, a pretty challenging thing in a tactical environment when you're getting shot at.
Oh,
You'll
gotcha.
have to. All right, so we go back to the cockpit. We'll close the ramp up.
Roger.
And yeah, the plane's now transitioning towards the IPRA.
Okay, ramp closing. Sounds are getting quieter. That shake, rattle, and roll is now going.
So you can dial up your airspeed to about, we'll do 160 knots just to give it a little bit more air over the wings.
160 set.
And what's your distance from the W6? Sorry, W4.
7.5.
Perfect. Okay, so now is a good time to transition to the IPRA. So we can go back to MC index.
MC index. Set.
The IPRA page.
IPRA page. Set.
And click start.
2 minutes until carp, so we'll click start, set, and start.
And that, just want to make sure that start font went to small.
Correct, it did.
Okay, now we can go to our AMU.
AMU, where's that again?
It says screens above the HDDs.
Screens above, so we're just here, yeah?
On the glare shield, sorry.
Yeah.
Nav select.
Okay.
It's on the right screen. Okay. CDI source, I think.
CDI iNav. So we want to go
Click
to IPRA?
Yep.
Okay, set.
And then click approach on the autopilot mode panel.
Autopilot mode will be approach on. Aircraft responding, and we have a range to the IPRA of 4 miles.
Excellent. Yeah, so looks like are we in nav cap or nav arm?
We are in nav, nothing at the minute. Red light, heading course, nav capture.
Excellent. Okay, so now we are inbound to the initial approach fix, which to our instrument rated pilots will sound extremely familiar.
Okay.
So pretty much we just built an ILS ourselves, which is kind of unprecedented in terms of other airplanes that I've experienced.
Okay.
So this is all going to happen a little bit quick. So when we're about, I'd say, a mile from the FAF, we'll start to slow down. So our approach speed is going to be 124 knots.
Okay.
But you'll want to get full flaps in before you do that.
Okay, so we're 1.5 miles now. I'm going to start adding in some flaps.
No, so you're 1.5 from the IAF. So we'll keep the speed
pardon.
just a little bit longer.
Yeah, we're still under 8
good.
miles. Grand. 104th Maverick. Good to see you, Mav. Hope you're well, buddy. I'm out of me depth here, but Nighthawk is looking after me. Okay, waypoint transition.
Cool. Yeah, so now we're turning on to the inbound course of the IPRA.
Roger.
And we can we'll probably help you out a little bit. You can dial down your speed to say 150.
150 set.
And I'm sure there might be a C-130 pilot in here going, "You can't go that slow with no flaps." But it's a video game. Sorry, it's a simulator. It's a
simulator. Okay. And rolling out, speed holding up at 150.
Yep, that's fine. And our distance from the FAF is, or the IF, sorry.
IF 2.1.
Cool. All right, so we can start throwing flaps in. We'll go to flaps 50.
Flaps 50. So let me
5
see.
notches.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep an eye on our flaps. There's 40. There's 50. Flap set 50.
Excellent.
Okay, speed holding.
So especially with this airplane, you want to get configured kind of early when you're on autopilot like this, just because the flaps are such a massive transition in the center of pressure, so you get a really large pitch down moment, and it takes a couple seconds for the autopilot to compensate. So we can go ahead and go gear down.
Gear down. Gear coming down.
There's a person in the chat that I recognize the name of that's giving me all like the real world procedures of what they do, like when they configure. He said gear down below 168, 160 to be safe.
Look at the state of that, man. That looks gorgeous.
Yeah, it does.
Beautiful. Okay, so
right.
FAF is now 4 miles, and what else are we looking at here? Let's reset this guy. Okay, speed is still 150. FAF is 3.5. Bring that speed down a bit.
Yeah, so let's go to flaps 100, and then we'll slow down we'll do 124 for this weight.
Okay, 124 set. Flaps on the way down to 100. Flap set. 100.
Sweet. Yeah, one of our artists said the detail is fully there in the gear. Yeah, the entire landing gear assembly is fully modeled. You can see the brake pins. You can trace the brake lines back to the back into the airplane. You can see the jack screws move as you lower the gear. It's pretty insane. Specfire, yeah, it's a synthetic runway. So if you look in the HUD, you'll see there's a green rectangular outline around the runway that we've drawn, which it isn't a runway, it's a patch of dirt.
I've often landed in worse, it'll be grand.
Well, what's really going to be fun is that doing this in really low weather, when the weather's right at 200 feet and you pop out of the clouds, right at your minimums, and you're not looking at a runway or approach lights, you're looking at a dirt field. or
Awesome.
doing this at night. Both are equally terrifying.
I can only imagine. And like, bearing in mind, I mean, this was a simple drop, no enemy fire, no enemy threat.
Exactly.
And we're not carrying damage, right?
Yeah, it can get ugly in a hurry. It's kind of crazy to imagine, like, you know, you being not sitting in your house, but in the real airplane doing this, you know, in a tactical environment. And it's, you know, I think it's hard, you know, flying a Phenom from Teterboro to Teterboro to like Nashville, some days, and you know, my bad day in a Phenom is incomparable to a bad day in this airplane.
Wow. Okay, so I
Looks like
have
the glide slope starting.
Yeah, I have a map range of 2 and TTG of 1 minute.
Excellent. So it looks like you'll see the glide slope. It'll transition from GS armed to GS capped, and that is taking you all the way down to our lovely patch of dirt.
Okay.
So you'll want to disconnect the autopilot at about 200 feet.
Roger.
Just forewarning, but you can fly it on autopilot all the way down.
Okay, GS captured.
I was testing this mission, and you'll see some trees that are on the right. The
Should I
initial
not be?
versions of this.
Yeah, should I not be over closer to where that runway is in the hood?
Yeah. You probably should. You can disconnect the autopilot and nudge it on over there if you want.
Okay, autopilot off.
Autopilot.
All right, let's not all panic.
It's kind of wandering laterally, but you know, you're also 200 feet above the ground, so.
Okay.
So Cat 2 on a dirt or imaginary runway. Yeah, that's exactly what this is.
Okay, can we
And
put
it might be hard to
down?
see in. Sorry, it might be hard to see in this lighting, but we have some drop zone markers as well.
Oh, nice. All right, in terms, auto throttle doesn't want to disconnect. That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure how weight on wheels interacts with dirt right now. There you go.
It's like scraping a wing. It's in reverse, which is great. I mean, she's gone into beta, but like, yeah, I need to. The wing is intact, lads. We didn't break it. It's fine.
It's finicky sometimes. Yeah, especially if you have any side slip going down to dirt instead of concrete. You have a little bit less side friction, but no, like the plane's usable. You're alive, so you know, mission accomplished.
Any landing you walk away from, isn't that what they say? Yeah,
that's it. Yeah,
I'm gonna have to go back and edit all of that out. That was terrible. But man, that was intense.
It is intense, yeah. But it's so much fun, though. I mean, yeah, the adrenaline rush you get from doing this is just incomparable to doing much else that I've experienced. And I've been on this project for 3.5 years, and after a mission like this, I'll like kind of stand up and like my hands are trembling in a way just for how fun it is.
It's quite incredible, I gotta say. Like the handling of the aircraft. I remember I said this to you the last time we were out. I mean, this flies so very well. It hand flies so very well. As in, it's not necessarily going to catch it out just hand flying it, right? I mean, it handles beautifully. Easy to pick up, but there is a steep curve to master this, and I think that's the appeal. This is an aircraft it demands your attention if you want to learn how to do everything by the book. Because like even with the drop, right? I did it. I tried to do a drop using like the menu system. And you can to an extent. Granted, everything got destroyed mid-air, right? Because it was too close to each other. But it's using multiple ways to kind of get what you want out of the systems. I like that because it's you can go in at an entry level, a noob if you like, pure amateur at this, figuring out I just want the thing to start moving and play around with it. But you have the confidence that the depth is there to certainly satisfy those looking for that kind of full level simulation.
Yeah, and that's what I think is just that's the reason I got into this hobby is that just learning these insanely complex machines, and not only learning how to start the engines or like how to fly or do this procedure, but also how can I do this a little bit more efficiently, or how can I vary this to fit what I want to do with it. It's what keeps me coming back, and I think it's going to keep a lot of people coming back is you'll do the Baltics training missions, and you'll learn how to do an IPRA, how to do an airdrop, and then you'll you'll get to be proficient in doing them without the training mission, and then you might want to say like, yeah, like I don't want to fly, I don't want to intercept the glide slope at 2,000 feet and fly down to a dirt strip. I want to go in at 600 feet like we just did and land on a field, or I have a known threat in the area that I need to avoid. How can I mission plan a little bit and alter the airdrop to where I'm exposed the least? Um, and it's just so much fun. I mean, you might get bored doing airdrops, and you can go, stalk other planes using the rendezvous function, or you might get bored doing IPRAs, and you want to make it harder on yourself, and you can do an IPRA without the vertical guidance using the LZ function. There's really just something to keep you coming back, and it's just such an amazing airplane, and I'm really happy with the amount of the detail we've been able to create with this, and where the project is, and what we're about to release it. It's truly been a passion project, and I'm just really excited that people are going to be able to experience just how incredible this airplane is in the real world. I mean, this is going to be the first time that there's an airplane, a C-130J done to this level, should I say, in any simulator. And just the fact that you can fly this on a desktop is just mind-boggling to me. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're grand. From my perspective, I mean, look, I'm very much on the civilian flight simulation side, right? I mean, I've dabbled with DCS, but certainly nothing to a lot of our viewers here tonight have. And by them, I mean, they're looking at this. Their hands, never mind their heads, are probably sore from what's this guy doing? But from a generic flight simmer coming over to something like this with the C-130, knowing that it is a very iconic aircraft, it's very easily identifiable. I mean, we've seen these before, right? To have such an add-on on DCS, with this level of fidelity, and just the capability of it, I'm expecting to see a lot of more casual simmers come over to try this, because the experience is quite incredible. And there is a bit of, you'll eventually get over what the control mappings are and how to figure out all that stuff. That just takes time, right? And you will do. I mean, look, I didn't explode tonight. I mean, that's a good sign, right? But it's quite incredible to see what can be done. And it's a beautiful aircraft. And as I say, the detailing on this thing, it's superb. The amount of work that's gone into this, you can clearly see it. Some savage work has gone into developing this. So yeah, I just can't wait for folks to give it a shot.
Yeah, me too. It's gonna be one of the standout releases, I think, on DCS, and it's gonna be something that people have never really experienced before. And like you were saying about the casual audience, this is a very approachable airplane in a lot of ways, and there's definitely a lot of it's approachable, and it's also demands respect. It's very docile, or docile rather. If you just want to do A to B, like you would as if you don't want to get shot at, but if you really do want to push this to its limits, it's going to demand that you respect its limitations and know what you're doing, and it's going to be something that people can work towards, and getting really proficient at employing this airplane. And yeah, I think any opportunity, like you were talking about the keybinds, but this will get a lot of people into DCS, and it's at least before I joined this project, DCS was always a thing of it's there, but it's also incredibly intimidating, and I have no idea where to start with an F-16. The learning curve is going to be immense, and I don't even want to start because it's going to take forever. Versus this, I mean, you look at it and you go I know what that an FMS is. I know what a HUD is. It looks very familiar, and I think that'll be a very it'll be like a vortex that sucks people into this crazy but also incredibly thrilling simulator. And there is one thing that I do want to show in the cockpit that people have been asking about and will be very familiar to MSFS players. So if you look on the side console to the left of the pilot seat,
Okay.
there is a panel, a blank panel rather, to the right of a sticker that says MC mode.
Panel to the right of a sticker. Yes.
There's a click spot on it.
Okay.
Right click it.
So I'd see it's trying to say something, but it doesn't appear to be. Oh, hang on. Whoa! Came up in the window. No way, man. So you got like you've a full EFB in there.
Yeah, that's so we've had this what's on the screen for quite a while, and you've seen it as well. It's accessible via keybind, but
Yeah.
we've also put it into the simulator as a physical space, and people are kind of asking us to make an EFB way back when, and we have. It's not just a someone said it's just the checklist. It's not just the checklist. We have a full set of checklist procedures that, as he's demonstrating, will actually point to the controls that it's asking you to move. It will speak the checklist for you.
Nice.
So if you don't want to look at it, you can just see where it's pointing for everything, including airdrops. We have a full integration of the DCS web editor, which is the F10 map, but on like 20 different steroids. We have obviously the cargo menu. Yeah, the click spots are a little weird. I see you were fumbling about with them a little bit, but at least initially, we're going to be moving the tablet to a more ergonomic position in a little bit. But yeah, we have the cargo menu. We have a place where you can put like upload files to view. The full product manual is available and it's interactive, so you can look at it in VR without having to come out of the game. And there's also a pretty cool feature. We have a logbook. So the logbook will track all of your C-130 flights, where you flew, your route, what you did. You can add notes to it as well. And we have, I don't know if it'll make it in for release, but we have an achievements tab in the works.
No way.
And yeah, so depending on what you do with the airplane, you'll get different achievements. Like if you do an airdrop, you'll get an achievement. If you land, in a dirt field, you get an achievement. If you land below sea level, you'll get an achievement. If you barrel roll the airplane, you'll get an achievement.
I saw something come up actually. Yeah. I saw it. Yeah. That's freaking nuts.
Yep.
I do like
there's also
that. Yeah.
there's also internet radio in there, so you can. There's a trucker radio station in there. It's pretty funny, but
No way. I wonder if I try it from this screen. Here we go. So this is basically the tablet without being in a tablet. That'd be right.
it is. Yeah, it started as just like a 2D UI that we use to manage cargo, and the developer behind DCS web editor is a very talented HTML developer, obviously. He came onto the project and he just pretty much on his own recognizance whipped up a bunch of this, and it's one of those things that you can make a really stunning airplane, but if you're lacking things that enhance usability, it just kind of feels not incomplete, but I don't know what the word I'm trying to find is, but it's things like this that just enhance the quality of life and make an otherwise great airplane turn into an airplane that you're really going to want to come back to. And yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing,
and you can go day mode, night mode, even
yes, you can.
Yeah, that manual is awesome.
Yeah, thank you. I wrote that.
Wow.
So it's not finished, as people on our Discord probably know, but it's still growing. And yeah, there's day and night mode. You can, flip through all 350 pages of it within the simulator. You don't need an external PDF reader. So that'll really help with like I was talking about the immersion factor within VR. But
that question that no one asked ever: can you make it bigger?
You can. I'm just not sure how.
Okay.
You are able to resize the window. The manual right now, however, will not stay properly formatted. It's just
Gotcha.
there's a HTML thing that I need to figure out. But Someone's asking about the cargo bay lights. Yeah, so if you go to the cargo tab of the
Yeah.
UI, on the left, to the left or to the left of the grid,
Oh wow.
there's it's kind of faint, but it's like cargo bay lights. It's a vertical.
Yeah. So they're the greens.
Yeah, and you can turn around, and that's how you turn on the cargo bay lighting.
Oh, that's very nice. That's very nice. Yeah, I like that.
So this is the green is night vision compatible, and then the white is if you're not using night vision goggles.
Yeah, that's very pretty. Love it. And then the rollers. I mean, we can turn rollers off. I mean, that's one thing that made this aircraft what it is. One single crew chief can actually change the full configuration of what the aircraft inside can do. It's pretty cool.
He can, yeah. For those that don't know, I mean, like what he was showing with the rollers being able to hide and I guess not unhide's not the word, but they're able to flip upside down to create a solid floor for vehicles to drive upon, or rollers for cargo. And it's little things like that that you wouldn't really necessarily think are that big of a deal, but you know, if you're working on these day in and day out, and as you can see, there are a lot of rollers that really does cut down on time and manpower.
And then like you have the sheer amount of resources that can be loaded on this. I mean,
yeah.
Are we right in saying
so
like
that,
there's over 100 there?
There's a lot, yeah. So what you're able to do is this ties into the warehouse system of DCS and the resupply aspect of this airplane. What you can do is you can load a bunch of things, pretty much whatever you want, within reason, into the cargo crate, cargo option, and inside the crate, from the perspective of the DCS engine, it's AIM-9s or a bunch of bullets or ammo that you can airdrop, and it'll wherever they land, it'll resupply that airfield or the FARP that they're have airplanes based at. So it really is going to be, especially when dynamic campaign for DCS launches, this really will be, kind of an integral role of the fight. When the days of just having, a bunch of, air to ground bombs at an airbase you just captured, will kind of be gone, and you can sling load them in with the Chinook. But that's going to take forever because it can't carry that much. Or you can just fill one of these to the gills and,
it's
haul boxes, if you would.
Yeah, like the whole thing. It really is incredible. Like the amount of work that's gone into this it's staggering, absolutely staggering. Of course, the microwave is there as well. I don't know what the lads are saying about textures. I mean, this, as far as I know, this is on full tilt, 4K as well.
Yeah, I mean, it looks fine to me.
Yeah, anyone having an issue with the textures, lads? No. But yeah, the microwave, and there's physics on the microwave, and it's
There's physics on there's a lot of things around this airplane, especially the comm cords that you'll see swinging around as you maneuver the airplane.
It's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. It's great to see, and it's definitely going from strength to strength. And again, look, I just can't wait for people to experience this themselves. Because there's so much to it. There's a lot of stuff to learn in this, but I think they're going to figure it out. I mean, that's always the joy of a new aircraft. You're going to learn it. You're going to figure out what makes it tick, what makes it, what breaks it, But you're going to have fun as you do it. So it's fantastic stuff. So no release date as such, but I mean, you guys are still aiming for this month, so it's short final.
It's very short final. We have a date in mind that I won't make public, but we're definitely aiming for this month. It's pretty much there. We're just ironing out some integration things on the DCS side, but and it's really getting close, and I'm just over the moon to see this on other people's computers, and to see how they interact with it and how much they enjoy it. Someone's asking in the chat, do you need to set up perf in the FMC depending on your load? You can. It's not required. I guess if you're referring to takeoff and landing data, you can do it. It's fully implemented, but it's not something that is required per se, and it does compute your fuel to destination, among many other things.
Okay, where is this now? Merv, DCS lighting affects the textures a little bit based around the lack of bounce lighting. So get a map with more direct light or a specific map environment. Gotcha. Okay, cheers, Alex. Yeah. No, look, and again, lads, you have to remember, right? Any kind of weirdness or bugs or issues that you see, I mean, this aircraft is a work in progress. It's not fully released yet. So anything that you do see that's weird or wonderful, well, this is a great opportunity for the devs to see it and say, oh yeah, we need to fix that. I mean, that's how this works, right? So yeah, try not to get too excited if you see something kind of mad or broken. But if you do see something, make sure you let us know. It just means then that the guys can, oh yeah, okay, yeah, we'll fix that. You know what I mean? Which is important because there's nothing worse saying, I can't believe they didn't see it. I mean, I don't know how many pages you've put into that manual, but like, I mean, it's impossible to see everything. Regardless of, and like the team, it's a small team as well. I mean, it's incredible what's on the way here and what's being developed. Like, it's unbelievable. And yeah, very much looking forward to folks getting a chance at this.
Me too. And going back to your comment about the us seeing things, I think people will find that we are an extremely obsessive and detail-oriented group, to the extent that we've people joke about counting pixels. We pretty much have, in terms of how things are aligned on the CNI and the displays, and people might think like, oh, this issue is like just so small that they don't even care about it and they're never going to fix it. Like, we fully intend, no issue how big or small, to to support this product and make it as just I don't want to say perfect, but as I guess indicative of the passion that we have for this airplane. And yeah, I mean, even once this airplane's out the door on sometime in November, development won't stop. We'll be pushing updates to fix issues that slip past the testing teams, and then we'll be full steam ahead on the special operations variant of the airplane, the MC-130, and that's going to bring even more capabilities, such as air-to-air refueling from the pilot perspective on the C-130, but also refueling other players' airplanes. And then it adds a not targeting pod, but a FLIR pod that you can use to to look at things from afar, I guess is a good term to put it. But this journey is only just beginning, and I'm incredibly excited to see where it's going to be going.
It's incredible. Like I said, just Relics is saying there as well. Like, I mean, even on the stickers in the cockpit, the labels, they also have the correct serial numbers put on them.
Yeah, Relics is one of our artists.
That's nuts.
And, the obsession that we've put towards the systems, he's followed through with on the art side, as you can pretty tell.
Yeah, it's absolutely nuts. So them arrows, they're all from the checklist that we're doing, and that's where you have a similarity, I suppose, between this and your civilian flight sims, whereby you're able to show, you're able to show the user where these components are just by way of an arrow, and you can follow your mouse around in order to find them, which is unbelievable.
Makes it super easy to find things, especially in a cockpit this size. It's you read a checklist. It's like oxygen regulator or oxygen supply switch on. You're like, where the heck is that?
That's where is this now? Scan the QR code on the side of the hood. Where's the QR code?
It's on the side of the pilot HUD, or the co-pilot HUD. So if you look to the right, you'll see on the.
We got one here. Will that actually scan?
I believe it does. I've never scanned it myself, but Relics is saying that you can.
Hang on, now if this goes to a strange website, hang on.
I make no guarantees about where this takes you, but he brought it up, so we're kind of in too deep already.
You left a lot of fun stuff. Hang on, it's trying to scan it. Hang on. Maybe it needs a better angle. Go forward here a bit. Might need to zoom in. turn me head a little bit as well. Do. Jesus. Easy now. Also, my control binding is like it's Murphy style, so you'll have to forgive with that.
Yeah, the DCS camera controls can be kind of difficult to get used to at first.
It really does, and like I like, you know, I mean, I've watched it, Mav, who's in the chat, was like, you watch his streams and it's like, I want that control over that sim, right?
Right.
It's like, how does he do it? But yeah, no, look, it's we'll leave stuff there for folks to explore. Again, I'm not quite sure where my settings are at. I don't even know. I mean, are they on full whack or not? They appear to be, but yeah, there's always scope for more, for sure. But no, listen, Nighthawk, it's been a pleasure to see this from the first time we looked at it, as you say, which is about a month ago, from just like a basic introduction to seeing where it's at, to where we are now with the aircraft fully functioning, doing friggin' an airdrop, seeing the Loadmaster capability, and also seeing from the systems perspective what you can actually dial in, that you either want a fully automated experience or indeed you could do it manually. And the other features, as we say, like of you know, the map that you've put in here, the checklists, but also the manual as well, and even talk of achievements, which I think is that's pretty cool. Like, I mean, there's a lot of outstanding work has gone on this, and I look at it, until folks get it, I don't know what you can do. You have to wait, but like, hopefully not too long. I mean, the release date, you're hoping, all going well, it's going to be in November, so a fortnight, somewhere between now and a fortnight. That's where it's going to be at. So yeah, man, it's awesome.
It is. I just want to answer a question real quick. VR performance is it's good. We're very the entire development team uses VR, and that's been one of the things that we've pushed really hard for optimization on. I mean, this is a massive airplane, much more so than any other DCS module. So there will be, you'll notice a little bit of a difference between like this and say like, you know, a single seat fighter, but it's not going to be nearly as impactful as you might think it would be. And force feedback support, yeah, it will be implemented. We're working on that right now, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, let me see. Resolution is in 4K. DLSS is turned on. Quality, sharpening is off. Texture's high. Everything's set to high, lads. So yeah, I don't know. There are my settings. You can see them. They're maybe it could be just the rendering. Maybe on YouTube or Twitch. You wouldn't know. But everything looks sharp to me, which is a good sign. Because I mean, you can really appreciate the detail. And I suppose it's nighttime. It's probably hard to see the thing properly. But yeah, no, I think, as I said, give it a little bit more time, you'll get your hands on it. To try this in VR, I think that's going to be my next try.
It's pretty incredible. I mean, like the level of just obsession that Relics put into the modeling of the cockpit. Like we had someone take pictures of every panel in the airplane, in the cockpit rather, including the window frames, and they had a ruler in front of it. And it's one of those experiences like you put on a VR headset in like, you know, an airplane that, you know, just even like from screenshots, like, you know, doesn't really look proportionate. And you put a headset on, you're like, yeah, this is more convincing, I guess. But in this airplane, you put on a headset and it's a very uncanny valley of like, this looks real, and this like my brain's telling me that I'm sitting in a real airplane, but I know I'm not. And that just speaks to the, you know, the level of attention that we put towards the modeling, you know, and just getting all of this just exactly right.
And the features that we've looked at in terms of being able to load cargo, load vehicles, all the objects and resources, I mean, everything that we're seeing here, this is what you're planning on release.
It is, yeah. This is not going to be, well, I was going to say this isn't going to be early access. This is going to be early access for one very specific reason. It isn't because anything's missing or any system isn't implemented. It is because the MC-130 is going to be part of the package. So will be part of the package. So your purchase of the C-130, the Air Mobility Command version, gives you the MC-130 for free. And because that is not included on release day, we're calling it early access. And the second the MC ships, it's out of early access.
Okay.
So that is not indicative in any way, shape, or form of maybe the quality that people have come in the past have come to expect from an early access release of some of the products. This is about as polished as you can make it for an initial release, and we're very proud of it. It's not been without a lack of trying, but
Nice.
I think we were talking about this, you and I, before we even did the first stream. Like, it was in a state where we probably could have pushed it out and it would have been just fine.
Mm-hmm.
But we've held it back for a couple more months just to get it, that extra little bit of a little bit of wax on the car, if you will, and it's about ready to run. So.
It's awesome. Well, listen, the very best of luck with the release. I know folks are going to love it, and it's hopefully it's going to put a lot of smiles on people's faces for the right reasons as they explore flying the thing, because it's class. And I do think, I mean, it's definitely going to entice quite a number of civilian flight simmers over to DCS, primarily because there's an aircraft that's not a million miles away from what they're used to, and they don't need to worry about the mind boggle of purely the military and combat requirements and capabilities of what the sim can do. It's a great way to learn kind of the basic fundamentals of the platform by having a very good aircraft there to do so. So yeah, I think it's going to be awesome, man. It really is.
I'm very excited to see how these two communities kind of get to know each other a little bit more with this product, and just being able to welcome like new players into the DCS community is going to be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Just to show that this platform exists. It's free to download. You get 2 free maps, and for the price of, I forget what we're selling it for, like $660 US, $65 US. I mean, you get a pretty awesome simulation of an incredible airplane. And yeah, the barrier from that perspective, the barrier to entry is quite low. I mean, $60 is the cost of what used to be the cost of a AAA game.
Yeah.
And for that, you pretty much get a full simulator and a exacting replica of an incredibly complex airplane. And it's I remember a time when the simulation community, and I'm sure you do as well, when the simming community was all kind of divided between X-Plane and P3D, and then you had the people all the way off across the valley in DCS, and no one really kind of cross-pollinated.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're in the area of they can cross-pollinate, and everyone's kind of, for the most part, I guess, congregated in MSFS, and now we have a MSFS style airplane.
Mm-hmm.
that can be flown in the style of MSFS and DCS, and it'll be a nice bridge between the two platforms, I think. And who knows, maybe the bridge will go in the opposite direction one day.
Look, it's at the end of the day, I mean, we're all using these platforms for the same reasons. I mean, we're all very passionate about aviation, right? I mean, some more on the civilian side, some more on the business commercial side, and of course then you have the military side. It's just incredible. Like, it's been said for ages, in the flight sim, but like, we're very much in this golden age of flight simming, be it combat or otherwise, and it's great to see stuff like this come out. So yeah, dude, I'm totally excited. Can't wait to see what sort of missions they can get up to, and what folks can start creating with the C-130 in there. Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and yeah, can't wait to see some more content on it.
Me too, and it's been a pleasure being on the stream with you and being able to show off all of this to your audience. And I hope that people have kind of have a fresh perspective on this airplane that's out there in such ubiquitous numbers of so many countries that maybe they didn't realize was just so incredible and so capable. And yeah, I really appreciate the opportunity to come on your stream and to talk to you and to have some fun with you, and just show off this plane. So it's been a blast.
Not at all. It's been my pleasure, and like, I can guarantee it, that 89% descent path, that has to be tried for science, and that's the important thing as well. I mean, yes, you can definitely lean on the realism, of course you can, but there's a huge fun element with this thing as well, just for fun. And it'll tick both boxes. So yeah, awesome fun, and the very best of luck with the release. And yeah, we'll have to have you back here again soon as we delve into some more features of this incredible aircraft.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun, and we can explore some more of kind of maybe the less interesting from like an awe perspective of seeing cargo go out the back, but just some more of the work that we put into this airplane. And then, of course, when the MC ships, it'll be the exact same thing, but you'll actually be getting shot at, and that'll be an entirely new dynamic of things we haven't explored yet. So
I'll be totally grand doing that. Sure, I was all right tonight. I don't know how now, but I was all right. I was sure I was going to die, but yeah, no, it'll be fun for sure. So. Yeah, awesome stuff. Well, listen, Nighthawk, John, thank you very, very much indeed. For everyone who joined us here, from Airplane Simulation Company, it's great to see your work. I can see Relic there as well. It's great to see your work, to share it with a community. As I say, that we're predominantly Microsoft Flight Sim, and this definitely piques the interest. And we just can't wait to see more. So thank you very much indeed.
Yeah, thank you. It's been a blast, and very excited to see people flying this in the near future.
Sweet. Okay, we'll leave it there. We'll chat to you soon.
Likewise. Have a good night.
Take care. All right. Well, lads, a massive shout out to Nighthawk over at just like when you think about it at the Airplane Simulation Company, when you think about it of the work that they've done, it's just incredible. And I know a lot of you guys from the DCS side of the house do forgive the rookie noob that is I when it comes to DCS, but it's kind of cool. I mean, on your platform, you have an aircraft that's going to pique the interest of a lot of other folks going, hey, this is pretty badass. And we know great things happen in a flight sim community when there's more people. I mean, look what the world has happened, the last 5-6 years with Microsoft Flight Sim in terms of the graphics and the add-ons and the hardware and so on and so forth. So it's definitely a bit of crack. But lads, listen, we were flat out tonight. A massive thanks to Raul from FSReborn giving us a exclusive preview of the upcoming Phenom, to Nighthawk and all the guys showing us off the C-130, and to SayIntentions showing us all the new fancy gadgetry that is StreamKit and or StreamerKit. It's loads of cool stuff that's happening. We're back tomorrow. We're live streaming at 1100 Zulu. We're going to be doing some VOR and DME flying in the Piper Arrow. Then we're going to be looking at our briefing for tomorrow night's VATSIM flight. We're going to be flying into Dublin Airport. They are using a restricted or a shortened runway for operations tomorrow due to real-world construction. So they've actually shortened the runway by a few hundred meters, which will make it interesting as we attempt to land under air traffic control. It should be a bit of fun. But to everyone who's rambled in, lads, thank you very much indeed for tuning in tonight, and for all the support as always. Thank you very, very much indeed. And we'll catch you tomorrow, 1100 Zulu, right here. And until then, you take care. Oh no, oh god, oh dear! It's like a friggin' Olympic somersault! What was that, Dwayne? Brilliant! Wait! No Pox-M is in the SG-30-something thing! Oh no, Nighthawk! This, lads. Look at the state of this. Touchdown, nicely done, beautiful. Armin Addict inbound. Careful now, careful now. Pull up, pull up. Beautiful. What a landing. So we've Gregor inbound. Larry red, Larry yellow. Oh no!
I've had enough of this wowdy webble sniggering behavior. Silence! Call yourselves Praetorian guards. You're not. Seize him, blow your noses and seize him. What did did Spartacus say when a lion scoffed his wife? Nothing. He was Gladiator.
Microsoft, it's Murph. Someone clip this if you can. Do you hear the sounds? I've been blaming aircraft developers. Asobo or Microsoft need to fix this. Do you hear the noise? Outside the plane? You need to fix that, lads. It's the... Holy crap. Holy crap, holy crap, holy crap. We're going in, that's it. There's no turning back at this stage. Jesus, mind the bears. Look at this big Aegis. Oh no, we're into dying. Quick, get out. Oh no, we're Jesus. Out. Ooh. Did you see what happened to Matty Lonesome? Oh, that was brilliant. Did you see him? Maddie, are you okay? Are you okay, Maddie? Oh, Jesus. Oh. Dublin. Pascal Sheehy, RTE. Is Pascal Sheehy still doing the news? Oh, there's Gibbo, look. He almost turned it over. Gibbo, you nearly rolled it.
Yeah, baby.
Did you just say that? He nearly rolled the trailer coming in. Hilarious.